Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Warner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Warner Financial.
Why haven't you fixed the AC?
Don't
Don't
sweat the heat any longer. Let Peterman handle it.
They can fix it.
Looks like you could use a new heating and cooling system.
Yes.
We're miserable.
Well, right now, when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with us, you get the AC for free.
And we'll install next day.
We need to tell everyone.
Just visit petermanhvac.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too. And we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com. Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Why haven't you fixed the AC?
Don't sweat the heat any longer. Let Peterman handle it.
They can fix it.
Looks like you could use a new heating and cooling system.
Yes.
We're miserable.
Well, right now, when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with us, you get the AC for free.
And we'll install next day.
We need to tell everyone.
Just visit petermanhvac.com.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Warner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Warner Financial.
We're coming at you live from Delta High School in Muncie, Indiana on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by Joey Paternostro in the booth this evening, Lily Herrera on sideline, and we have a great game ahead of us tonight. The number 11 Delta Eagles taking on the winless Mount Vernon Marauders in a little bit of conference play in the Hoosier Heritage. Delta currently sits at third in the Hoosier Heritage behind New Palestine and Greenfield Central. Mount Vernon at the bottom at 0-2 in conference play. Joey, we got, like I said, a good game ahead of us tonight. Mount Vernon looking for their first win, but I want to start with them as the visiting team. They've had a tough road ahead of them coming into tonight, and the biggest thing to look at, a loss to Noblesville, a 6A school, week 1, 43-23, and then week 2, a loss to a 5A school, Franklin, 21-20. So you look at that, they're playing up a couple of classes for their first two couple weeks. I think it's maybe safe to say that the record might not necessarily reflect the talent and the ability that this offense has to produce in the team overall. When you get up into the 5 and 6A classes, that's big boy football. It's tough to compete up there.
Colin, I completely agree. However, coming off of a tough loss last week against New Palestine, the 4A school, losing 56-8. Definitely looking coming in tonight to something exciting, looking to bounce back. Definitely taking on a very, very good Delta Eagles team here. Definitely going to be tough to come in on their homecoming night with a big Eagles crowd here rooting against the Marauders. So that's definitely going to be a big morale hit for them. But they got to come with a little chip on their shoulder after that tough loss last week, and honestly having the odds stacked against them this week.
Delta comes into tonight 3-1, 11 overall in the AP polls. They are not ranked in the coaches polls, however, for Class 3A, and they come off a loss last week to conference rival Yorktown 28-14. It's a county rivalry. It's a conference rivalry on top of it, and to see Yorktown come up with an upset is a big deal against this Delta team. We spoke to Coach Overholt earlier, and his biggest message was it's good to be back home. Good to be around a community that they have a lot of support from, and you do it on homecoming night, so there's a little bit of extra aura, you would say, to a game like this, coming in against a Mount Vernon team who's hungry for their first win, and it's all going to be done through the offense for Delta tonight. Their leader, senior quarterback Bronson Edwards. This is a full upperclassman-led Delta offense, not a single sophomore or freshman on the offensive starters list.
Colin, they don't have a single underclassman on offense, and they don't have a single underclassman listed in their starting lineup on defense either. So they are definitely classified as one of the older teams, that is for sure. However, they're going to be more experienced. They're going to be more ready because they have definitely been here before. Like I talked about earlier, they've got the crowd rooting for them, and they got the band behind them. They got all of the fans rooting for them. Most of them are going to have their significant others in the stands tonight as it is homecoming. So big game here for Bronson Edwards and this Eagles offense and defense as well.
And you look at the upperclassman-led offense, and I think it's good to note as well, there's only 3 juniors of the 11 starters on that offense. You've got 2 on the offensive line. That's Brody Adams and Kagan Kingin. And then you've also got your junior tight end, Cole Minette, Cole Minette is a big key to this offense as well in the pass game, especially across the middle. He's a big guy, stands at 6'1", 215. Good hands on him, decent speed for a tight end as well. If he catches the ball out in the flat or across the middle, he's a tough guy to take down and really a dangerous weapon when it comes to the scoring game.
And the 2 seniors, Cooper Branton and Zane Klein, the 2 main wide receivers here for the Eagles. Both 2 seniors, they have 5 touchdowns combined, a total of just about 250 yards with about 14 receptions total. Those 2 are definitely going to be big, but in my opinion, it's going to be huge for this offensive line. 3 seniors and 2 juniors for this Eagles offensive line. They have to hold up strong. This very old this Mount Vernon Marauders defense, multiple seniors. They do have a sophomore on that defensive end. Braden Robinson for the Marauders, going to be big here. He's only got 5 tackles on the season, but he's listed as the nose guard. 5'11", 260. That's a big fella for these guys to take care of. Going to be a tough decision to see if Eli Maple, Braden Robinson, and Cam Reed can get in and pressure this offensive line, make Bronson Edwards make some decisions that he's not so keen on making.
And Bronson Edwards is another big key for this Delta offense. 30 completions for 490 yards, averages about 163 passing yards a game, 7 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what he does. And I tell you what, he is not afraid to sling the ball and use an air raid style offense. We're watching him in warmups. He didn't miss very much, if at all, in terms of hitting his targets down the field. But at the same time, he does use his legs very well when you get into the red zone. Knows how to scramble and has good pocket awareness and presence as well. The other big key coming out of the backfield is going to be Nolan Carpenter, the senior tailback. 37 carries for just over 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 200-plus rushing yard games already to his name. That's going to be a lot for the Mount Vernon defense to contain. You move to Mount Vernon's offense now. They look at a little bit of a younger set. A sophomore quarterback in Mason Meyer, 29 completions for 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Pass game is not going to be the big one for Mount Vernon tonight. You were watching him in warm-ups. If the ball goes down the field, he's having a little bit of a tendency to overthrow and miss his targets that could lead into scoring. That might hurt the Marauders down the stretch. So really look at running back Jaliba Brogan tonight. This senior, 5'10", 190, 79 carries just 4 weeks into the season, 410 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 2 100-plus yard rushing games. He's going to be a big key, and Delta's defense is going to have a lot of work on their plate and in front of them tonight in order to contain him on all fronts.
Their D-line has to have consistent pressure, making Mason Meyer, makes him, like I said about Bronson Edwards, make him make decisions that he's not keen on making. They have to control and contain Brogan. This defensive line, it starts with Hurst and Wine on the edges. They have to allow the linebackers and the defensive back times to seal off the gaps and close off the edges. Mount Vernon is very rush heavy, like you said. Heavy defense has to contain Brogan. That will be the key to this game for this Eagles defense. On the other side, the key for the Marauders is keeping Nolan Carpenter and Bronson Edwards contained, because they really have a two-headed offense. Bronson Edwards, a big-time dog. The guy is an immaculate senior. He is headed for big things throughout his life. Nolan Carpenter, 37 carries, 257 yards. This Marauders defense rely heavily on the linebackers and cornerbacks for defensive stops. The defensive backs have 85 of the 268 total defensive tackles for them. Defensive line has to pressure more if they want to have some success, and they have to make Edwards very uncomfortable in the pocket.
The other thing to note that the only underclassman on the offensive line for Mount Vernon is Braden Robinson. If you look at how he's going to be set up, he is going to be on the backside pressure for Mason Meyer. He's going to be protecting the blind side for Mason Meyer. It's going to be big for him to step up tonight, because that blind side, if Mason Meyer doesn't have any feel what's going on behind him and is struggling to see something on the front side, that's going to be tough for him to contain and make decisions in the pocket. When do I scramble? When do I throw the ball out of bounds? When do I just dump it off and pick up no yards or a yard maybe? It's going to be a big deal for that sophomore to step up, Braden Robinson, tonight. We're just moments away from kickoff. You can see on your screen the band retaking the field and leading the Delta Eagles on. Mount Vernon coming in across the sideline. It's going to be a big one tonight, and before we get things started, we want to give a shout-out to our sponsors who make these broadcasts possible week in and week out. Tonight's game is built by Universal Roofing. You can call Universal at 317-257-0779 or visit universalrfg.com. Tonight's game is also driven by Greg Hubler Ford and Hyundai. Experience the Greg Hubler promise at greghublerauto.com. The Mower Shop in Fishers, mowers, snow throwers, parts, and more. Visit them at themowershop.com. Peterman Heating and Cooling. You can call Peterman for same-day plumbing services at 317-608-1883. And last but certainly not least, Werner Financial. You can schedule your free consultation at wernerfinancial.com. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors, JC Golf Carts as well. Visit JC Golf Carts in downtown Franklin or at jcgolfcarts.com. Those sponsors make these broadcasts possible for us week in and week out. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem and be back for more right after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Hello, I am Jason Warner, President and founder of Werner Financial. At Werner Financial, we understand that your financial journey is as unique as you are. That's why we offer a comprehensive suite of investment options, from custodial accounts for your children, individual retirement plans for business owners, to exploring the details of a 401k. Our team is dedicated to guiding you through every potential strategy. We want to be the partner who helps you navigate a world of possibilities. If you're ready to embark on your investment journey, contact us today, and let's get started.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com. Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Why haven't you fixed the AC?
I
Don't
just...
sweat the heat any longer. Let Peterman handle it.
They can fix it.
Looks like you could use a new heating and cooling system.
Yes.
We're miserable.
Well, right now, when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with us, you get the AC for free.
And we'll install next day.
We need to tell everyone.
Just visit petermanhvac.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too. And we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
We rejoin you live from Delta High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com as the number 11 Delta Eagles get ready to face off with conference rival the Mount Vernon Marauders. Colin Eccles, Joey Paternostro in the booth. We got Lily Herrera on sideline. Michael running the camera for us, as always, doing a fantastic job. Mount Vernon won the toss, elected to defer. They will kick from left to right on your screen. And on to field the ball and have the ball to start this contest is going to be Delta. The return men for the Eagles is Carter Jackson, Cameron Wood, and last but not least, it is number 6, Gray Backus. Three very dangerous returners. Cameron Wilson has the only kick return so far, at least listed in the stat book. One return at 80 yards. So he's got a set of wheels on him. Look for a good one. Getting ready to kick away for Mount Vernon is Rylan Vinnard. Vinnard awaits the official whistle. Homecoming night at Delta High School. A loaded crowd, a packed student section, and we are underway from Muncie, Indiana. Getting ready to return is Backus. Backus to the far across the 20. He's got running room. Backus to midfield to the 45. One man to beat, and he's dragged down from behind at the 33-yard line in Mount Vernon territory. What a way to get homecoming night started for the Delta Eagles.
You talked about Cam Wilson, but how about Backus there? What a way to start the ball game with, what was that, a 70-yard return? Dang near, maybe a 65-yard return. What a start for this Eagles offense.
Huge, huge play there. 1st and 10 for Delta. They've spotted at the 35 in Mount Vernon territory. Bronson Edwards will come out under center. Edwards, one receiver to the far side, one to the near. It's a handoff first play to Nolan Carpenter. Carpenter will charge up the middle and pick up 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 for Delta.
Good job there from the Mount Vernon, from the Marauders defense there. Good job to stuff the gaps and not allow him to break free, keeping him inside and contained.
2nd down and 7 for the Eagles. They'll break huddle and head back to the line. Edwards set in a pistol formation right now, guiding his receivers, moves up under center. Full house formation. Edwards back to pass, feels pressure from the front side, rolls to his left, fires on the run. It is incomplete. But if you're going to miss, you want to miss sideline side. The intended target on the pass was a mere right hill. It will fall to 3rd and 7 for Delta.
Gavin Joy on the coverage there. Great defensive coverage. However, I may have seen a little bit of trip up there. It's okay. The officials didn't see it. Good job there from Bronson Edwards to escape the defensive rush. That is key here for Bronson Edwards and this Eagles offense.
3rd down and 8. Edwards stays under center. This time he has 2 receivers to the near side, none to the far. Carpenter the only man in the backfield. It's a fake handoff. Roll to the near side, firing on the run again. It is complete, this time to Zane Klein. And it will be enough for a first down. A 9-yard pickup on the play. 1st and 10, now inside the 25 to the 24 for Delta.
Colin, that's exactly what I saw during the pregame. He would take a snap from his wide receiver standing next to him and throw the ball on the run, something I haven't seen from high school quarterbacks in games we've called earlier this year. First time for Bronson Edwards making a throw off of his unset feet. Can't wait to see more of it tonight.
I form now for Delta, set up on the near hash, 2 receivers each side. 1 receiver each side. Here's the snap, and it is a fumble. Ball is on the ground, and it is Marauder football at their own 25. Ball is recovered by number 53. That is Preston Fox on the recovery, and that was just a bad transition from Edwards to his back, Nolan Carpenter. What a way to kill your offensive momentum early in this first quarter. 10:24 left on the game clock. Still no score in the early goings of this contest.
Talk about a momentum killer. A 65-yard kickoff to start the game and a fumble with the 4th play out of the gate. Tough scene here for the Eagles. We'll see if this defense can get them the ball back quick.
1st down and 10. In the gun is Mason Meyer, trips to the far side. It'll be a pass on the first play. Quick pressure, and Mason Meyer dragged down behind by Nash Kiesling for a big loss. It'll be 2nd down and a country mile for the Marauders.
Nash Kiesling with great pressure. He bursted right through the gap of the right tackle and the right guard, untouched. The Marauder offense going in the quick no huddle here. See what they can do with this 2nd and long.
Pistol formation, trips to the near side. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and no room for gain, just room for loss for Mason Meyer on the 2nd play from scrimmage into the backfield to make the tackle again. Nash Kiesling. That's a sack and a tackle for a loss to his name already in the first quarter.
2 big plays from Nash Kiesling. A big day set out for him already.
Gun formation for Meyer. And we've got Laundry on the field. It's a false start against Mount Vernon. The first drive for the Marauders offensively, not off to a very hot start. They'll be back down clear inside the 10 to the 8 on that far hash. 3rd down and plenty to go. 2 receivers to the near, 1 to the far. It's a fake handoff now, quarterback keeper for Meyer. Meyer, lots of running room. A 1st down, and he will take it out to the 44-yard line. Mason Meyer, the old-fashioned QB draw, takes it from the 8 to the 45. That is a pickup
1st and 10 Mount Vernon.
Of 37 on the play.
Colin, it was 3rd and 28. A big pickup there from Mason Meyer and this Marauder offense. Key, absolutely key, kept this drive going. It was going from bad to worse. They've just kick-started it.
1st down and 10. Gun formation, it's another QB draw. Meyer gets caught up on his own O-lineman, but he'll pick up 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7, nearing midfield for Mount Vernon.
Meyer ran into a wall there. That defensive line just wasn't budging. One player in particular, Kristen Hurst, didn't move, ran right into the offensive lineman. Not much that Meyer could have done there. Tough break, but 2nd and 7, not a bad break here.
Mason Meyer has to take one play off as his helmet came off during the play. So in the backfield, running the offense is number 10, Gavin Joy. Joy, 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far after the man in motion. Joy keeps it for himself, looking to go far side, has good running room, and takes it just a yard short of the first down. Call it a 6-yard pickup, 3rd down, and very manageable for the Marauders. 3rd down and 2 is the official spot, so it's a 5-yard gain. Great job by Joy to step up and take over that quarterback position for a play. Meyer comes back on in the gun. 2 receivers to the near side of the field, 1 to the far. Brogan is solo in the backfield as the only tailback. Meyer hands the ball off to Brogan, and Brogan is wrapped up and dragged down. He's going to be very close to a first down marker, but I do not believe that he got there in time. Jennings Wine gets into the backfield and makes the stop. 4th down and 1 for Mount Vernon. And it's going to be a 4th down try for Mount Vernon. Quickly to the line, and it will be enough for the first down. Little tush-push action. Mason Meyer gets it across the first down marker. 7:28 left in the first quarter. Still 0-0 on the scoreboard, but Mount Vernon's offense looking good on this first offensive drive that could have turned poorly very early.
Colin, back to that 3rd down that just happened. That's exactly what needs to happen for this Eagles defense if they want to contain this Marauders offense. And Jabaliah Brogan and Mason Meyer for the rush game, closing the gaps, not allowing them to break big and get through it.
Gun formation again. Back to passes Meyer. Feels pressure, steps up in the pocket, running to the near side, across the 40, down to the 35, and he will stay in bounds and keep it all the way down to about the 26 in Delta territory. That's a big first down pickup for Mount Vernon. And Meyer is using his legs very, very well here in the early goings of this contest. 6:53 left on the first quarter clock. No score, but the Marauders knocking on the door now at the 25.
We talked about Brogan being a big piece for this Marauder offense. Mason Meyer, so far, a much bigger piece.
Meyer in the gun. Hands the ball off to Brogan. Brogan rushes up the middle, sees a good hole, and he'll take it forward for a pickup of 4 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 6. Marcus Bright makes the stop out of the secondary for Delta.
Senior Marcus Bright, 13 tackles on the year. That was his 14th. Good job from him so far.
It's another handoff to Brogan. Brogan running up the middle, and he will have enough for a first down. It is a 7-yard pickup. Mount Vernon now well within the red zone, down to at the 14 in Delta territory. 6:20 on the first quarter clock. Hurry up offense. Meyer. Gun set, hands off again to Brogan. Brogan moving up the middle, and he is brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 2nd and 5 for the Marauders.
Colin, I know this Marauders offense runs a lot during practice. I love this no-huddle action they've got going on. It's fantastic. Definitely keeping the defense on their feet. Clearly this Eagles defense tired already.
Meyer in the gun. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near. It's another handoff to Brogan. Spins up the middle, and Brogan will fall forward for a pickup of 4, it looks like. So it'll be 3rd down and 1. Excuse me, a pickup of 3. The official spot comes down to 3rd down and 3 for Mount Vernon. Meyer with 2 receivers to the near side, none on the far. Comes out in a pistol set, again with Brogan in the backfield. And we have a timeout called by Mount Vernon. We'll take a quick 30-second time. Action. Mount Vernon moving quickly down the field against Delta. More up next on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Back live at Delta High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. 3rd down and 3 is what the Mount Vernon Marauders are faced with at the 8-yard line in Delta territory. Colin Eccles, Joey Paternostro in the booth for IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. 5:11 left in the first quarter. Still no score, but the Marauders knocking on the door. Meyer in a pistol set, 2 receivers to the near side. Takes the snap, will take it for himself. He's got an edge, cutting up the middle, dances back towards the middle of the field, and that is 6 for the Marauders in the first quarter. Big play from Mason Meyer, 8-yard rushing touchdown.
Great job there from Meyer. I have to say, I absolutely love the play call there from Coach Leidy. Had Brogan and the right guard, Braden Robinson, to pull there as his lead blockers, forcing Meyer into the end zone there. A great cutback into the middle of the field by Meyer, allowing him to score and cross that goal line. Great job so far, turning a not-so-great starting point of the drive into a touchdown.
On to kick is Rylan Vinard. And Vinard will stripe it. Excuse me, Vinard was the holder. Gavin Joy stripes the extra point to make it 7-0. What a start for Mount Vernon. The first 3 plays not going too well. An illegal motion on that 3rd play, a sack on the first play, a tackle for a loss on play number 2. And they find a way to put 7 on the board in the early goings of this contest. Well, we do have a break. Small town charm meets exceptional service at Johnson County Golf Carts. Whether you're a seasoned golfer, weekend adventurer, or simply looking for a convenient way to navigate around town, JC Golf Carts has a cart that is just right for you. Experience the difference with Johnson County Golf Carts, where quality and service meet hometown hospitality. You can visit Johnson County Golf Carts in downtown Franklin or at jcgolfcarts.com. Heck of a start for Mount Vernon, up 7-0, searching for their first win of the season over the 3A number 11 Delta Eagles. Vinard will give it the run and give it a skying kick back near the goal line, and it will bounce into the end zone. Touchback. Delta has an opportunity to respond after a drive that was going very well to start the game, and then a fumble on a bad exchange between quarterback Bronson Edwards and tailback Nolan Carpenter results in a fumble. Mount Vernon recovers and takes it the distance for the score.
Definitely something unseen here from Nolan Carpenter. That fumble not seen yet. They had no fumbles coming into this game. 256 yards on 37 carries so far this year. 2 100-plus games so far this year. 3 touchdowns in total from Nolan Carpenter. Not something you've seen very much of. I don't expect to see that again this game for sure, if at all the rest of the season.
Edwards hands the ball off to Carpenter, and Carpenter's not going to have much running room on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Mount Vernon. Excuse me, for Delta. Less than 5 minutes to go. Still a 7-0 lead for the Marauders.
These Marauders defense definitely looking into some blitz schemes. I think they might have heard me on the pregame talk. Definitely trying to put some emphasis and some pressure on Bronson Edwards and this offense. Definitely trying to power through that offensive line and make them uncomfortable back there.
2nd and 9, Edwards in the gun, 2 receivers to both sides. From the 21, Edwards, quick fire to the near side. It is incomplete. The intended target, Chase Ritchie, out of the backfield. A good job by the defender. That was number 2 for Mount Vernon, Cooper Bratton, coming in to break up the pass. 3rd down and 9.
Little miscommunication there from Amir Wright Hill and Chase Ritchie, the 2 wide receivers in a very close vicinity there. Great ball there from Bronson Edwards. Little miscommunication. Got to clean that up here. It's early on, so that's okay, but have to expect not to see that again.
That was Ryder Bear on the breakup. Gun again for Edwards. Back to pass. Plenty of time back there in the pocket. Lofts down the sideline. Incomplete. Nearly an interception for cornerback Gavin Joy. Zane Klein, the intended target. Bronson Edwards, maybe not the best decision to throw into double coverage, but I tell you what, he made that throw with ease. On the run, flicks his wrist. He's running to his arm side. It's a tough throw to make for a lot of quarterbacks. He made it look easy. If he can dial that in and drop it in the basket, he's set up pretty good for the pass game.
I do have to say I agree with you. I don't like the pass decision. Threw it into double coverage. He did have Chase Ritchie The senior wide receiver coming across the field, only in single coverage, looked to be pretty open. Don't like that Edwards forced that ball in there. Almost resulted in an interception.
And we've got another timeout taken by the Delta Eagles. We'll keep it here for this 30-second break. Let's take a look at the first two drives for Delta. Drive number one, they took it a big return, a 65-yarder to open things up, take it down to the 35-yard line in Marauder territory. Just a couple plays later, 5 yards picked up later, it's a fumble, and that results in a 75-yard touchdown drive for Mount Vernon. Drive number two, 1 yard of gain after a touchback on the kickoff is what Delta will be left with, and now Mount Vernon with a good opportunity to put some more points on the board. Back to return for the Marauders as Riker Bear and DJ Johnson on to punt for Mount Vernon. For Delta is Landon Brooks. Brooks will give this a skying boot back to around the 40. DJ Johnson returns, and he's swallowed up quickly by the pursuit team. That's number 14, Marcus Bright, coming down the field and making the stop. Mount Vernon will start at their 39-yard line.
Big hit there from Marcus Bright to keep them contained, not allowing them to have any kind of return. Stuck down at the 39, their own 39. We'll see what Mount Vernon can do after last drives resulting in that 8-yard rushing touchdown by quarterback Mason Meyer. We'll see what they have in store for this one.
4:08 left on the first quarter clock, less than 20 seconds on the play clock as sophomore quarterback Mason Meyer leads his offense back out onto the field. He'll start in the gun. One receiver to the far side of the field, two to the near. Meyer back to pass, first play from scrimmage. Lofts it across the middle. It is complete to Brogan out of the backfield, and Brogan will take it from the 39, clear down to the 21 in Delta territory. Sneaking out of the backfield. That is a huge pickup for the Marauders.
Colin, that's exactly the play that we saw them run in pregame, except Meyer overthrew him every single time.
Another handoff to Brogan. This time Brogan stuffed after a 1-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Mount Vernon.
Back to the big pass play. The offensive line providing great pass coverage, allowing Meyer plenty of time to get that throw out, a little bit of pressure from that line, but gave Meyer plenty of time to get the ball out.
Meyer gets the hard count to work. And that was Jay Crawford who jumped off sides for the Eagles. So 2nd down and 9, Jaden Durr jumping across as well. 2nd down and 9 turns into 2nd down and 4 for Mount Vernon. Meyer in the gun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. It's a fake handoff and a pass to the far side intended for Riker Bear. Throw just behind Bear. It's incomplete, 3rd down and 4. And that's where you see some of that inexperience coming in for Mason Meyer. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for him as a sophomore. You lead that pass a little more. You might have a completion for a big pickup.
Definitely a tough situation there for Mason Meyer, the sophomore coming into play. However, he is expected to lead this offense.
Here's another run for Meyer, and Meyer will waltz his way into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight from the 18-yard line. He's got an 18-yard rushing touchdown and an 8-yard rushing touchdown to his name. It's 13-0 Mount Vernon. What a hot start for the Marauders. Didn't even take a minute off the clock. And now Rylan Vinard will come on to kick for the extra point, his 2nd attempt tonight. Vinard will get a good hold and will put it right down Main Street. 14-0. Mount Vernon making noise early in this one. Not something I think we expected to see this early in the contest.
Colin,
back-to-back touchdown drives.
Not at all. Not at all. Back to that last touchdown, a great fake handoff there to Brogan. Even had me guessing a little bit, had the entire Eagles offense guessing. Mason Meyer with a great 18-yard rushing touchdown to put them ahead. As you said, nobody expecting this in front of this homecoming crowd. I talked about it a little bit in the pregame. They have to come in with a little bit of chip on their shoulder, losing their last game 56-8. So they definitely have something to be angry about, clearly taking it out on the Eagles defense tonight.
New Palestine, a very good team, though, when you look at that loss, ranked high in 4A. And those two teams just right up the road from each other. Vernon will give it the boot. And back to return will be nobody. The ball out of play. It'll be a flag. So Delta gets good offensive possession to start their third offensive drive. Mount Vernon, on the other hand, 2 back-to-back touchdown drives, a 75-yarder on drive number 1, 61-yarder on drive number 2.
Colin, I just want to see Gray Backus take another kick return. He took the opening one, 65-ish yards. I'd like to see him take another one. I know it's still early in this game, but, man, he's exciting to watch. I got to be honest. Explosive.
First down and 10 for the Eagles from their own 35. They've got 3:06 to work with in the first quarter. Down 14-0 to Mount Vernon. Bronson Edwards comes out under center. 2 receivers to the near side of the field. Nobody on that far end. Edwards puts a man in motion. And it is an end-around handoff to Cameron Wilson. Wilson takes it out near midfield, and that is a 15-yard pickup for Cameron Wilson.
Brought down by 6, Robert Dodson.
Brought down by number 6, Robert Dodson, out of the secondary.
Good for a Delta Eagle first down.
A 14-yard pickup and a first down for Delta. That's what you need when you want to answer on a quick drive in the first.
Colin, every single one of the Marauders on defense was within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage there. Great play call from Coach Overholt and that offense to take advantage of that outside gap.
Edwards under center again. 1 receiver to each side. Edwards hands the ball off to Carpenter. Carpenter breaking through tackles. He'll take it down to the 46.
Tackled by 53.
Official spot is at the 47. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Delta.
Good track down tackle there from Preston Fox.
2nd down and 6 with 2:08 left in the first quarter. 20 seconds on the play clock as Edwards takes his offense to the line. It's a gun set this time. 1 receiver to the far side, 1 to the near. Carpenter in the backfield to the near side as well. A man in motion again is Wilson. This time it's not a handoff to Wilson, it's a handoff to Carpenter, and Carpenter nowhere to run. Swallowed up in the backfield and brought down by Jonathan Pinkowski. And he teams up with number 53 for Mount Vernon. Aiding on the tackle was Preston Fox. 3rd down and 11 for Delta, now back on their side of the 50. 1:23 left in the first quarter. 14-0. A little bit of a lopsided first quarter score. Mount Vernon leads.
Colin, you have to expect a pass on this 3rd and 11.
Edwards gun set, trips to the near side, 1 to the far. It is a pass indeed. Pressure, steps up, Bronson Edwards, lots of room to run. He's across the 40, across the 35, and shoved out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Well into Mount Vernon territory now. Look at the quarterbacks using their legs tonight. 2 touchdown rushes so far for Mason Meyer on Mount Vernon's side, and there's a big pickup from the 49 all the way down to the 33 in Mount Vernon territory for Bronson Edwards and the Delta Eagles. 57 seconds on the first quarter clock. Edwards back to the line of scrimmage. Gun set again. Split 2 receivers on each end. 10 seconds on the play clock. Back to passes Edwards. Pressure in the pocket. Fires on the run. Complete. And that is going to be the first touchdown of the night for the Delta Eagles. Amir Wright Hill takes it into the end zone for 6. And Delta answers right back. A 33-yard catch and run from Bronson Edwards to Amir Wright Hill. The fireworks sound, and that is the response you need. 65 yards to the house for Delta.
Amir Wright Hill definitely making up for last drive with the miscommunication of Chase Ritchie. Great job there. Fantastic ball from Bronson Edwards.
Landon Ritchie attempts the extra point, and he splits the uprights 14-7 with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. More fireworks sounding for Delta. That was a big one. And talk about a big response for the Delta Eagles. We've got ourselves a ball game in Muncie, Indiana, folks. Mount Vernon up 14-7 over the number 11 team in 3A. Delta, that third drive is 65-yard touchdown. And it ends with the pitch and catch, 33 yards from Bronson Edwards to Amir Wright Hill.
Fantastic route there from Amir Wright Hill. Coming from the left side, running a post route to the right side, catching the ball around the 10-yard line and getting that rack, that run after catch yardage into the end zone, beating the one-on-one corner. Great speed matchup there, great speed mismatch for Amir Wright Hill. Way to take advantage.
And he toasted his defender, Robert Dodson. Good route running as well. Eagles kicking away to a dangerous return team. And it will be Riker Bear taking it from the 3-yard line. Bear to the far side of the field, out across the 20, still on his feet, and dragged down by a swarm of Eagles at about the 24-yard line. That is where Mount Vernon will take over for their third offensive drive of the night. Cale Taylor makes the stop for Delta on the special teams pursuit.
The freshman linebacker, Cale Taylor, like you said, making that play. Great chase down block. He got thrown around on the kick return and ended up running 10 yards the other direction to make that tackle. Great hustle from the freshman there.
First down and 10 for Mount Vernon from the 23-yard line on their side of the 50. 45.7 seconds is what they're left to work with in the first. Meyer in the gun. Two receivers the near side, one to the far. Three-step drop, slings it down the far sideline, complete over the back shoulder to Riker Bear, and he takes it from the 23 all the way down to the 42-yard line.
Brought down by 20, Matthew Morey.
Mason Meyer, the sophomore, balling out early in the first quarter for Mount Vernon. 40 seconds left in the first. It's a 14-7 lead for the Marauders. Gun set again for Meyer. Puts a man in motion. It's a handoff to DJ Johnson around the end. Johnson plows through the defense and takes it down to the 35-yard line in Delta territory. Clock will continue to tick. 23 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. And it doesn't look like Mount Vernon has any intention to get back to the line before that clock expires. After one, we've got a score of 14-7. The Marauders leading the number 11 Delta Eagles early from Muncie, Indiana. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back for more right after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Warner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Warner Financial.
Live from Delta High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, it's the Mount Vernon Marauders leading the Delta Eagles 14-7 as we start this second quarter. A little bit of Hoosier Heritage Conference action from Muncie, Indiana. Colin Eccles, Joey Paternostro on the call, Lily Herrera on sideline. We've got ourselves a ball game, folks. Second down and 3 for Mount Vernon. This drive set up on a big pickup for Mount Vernon. A 35-yard pass play from Meyer to Bear. And we're looking at second down and 3. Meyer in the gun set again. This time it's a pass. Drops back, fires across the middle, looking for Riker Bear again. And this time it's incomplete. Led Bear just a little bit too much. Third down and 3 for the Marauders.
Colin, like we've talked about earlier, that's a little bit more of what we saw in the pregame. The overthrow from Meyer may be going to cost them in this game. Not of right now. That last play before the half, fantastic, that 35-yard pass play, but that play there has to throw a little bit closer to bear the receiver.
Meyer in the gun. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Meyer fakes the handoff, keeps it for himself, finding the outside edge, getting very, very close to the first down. And the officials will give him the spot at the 32. We do have arms waving, and I believe they're going to bring the chain gang out to measure this one.
Bring them out.
And no, the officials get together and have a discussion and will rule it a first down. Ball is spotted at the 32, just inches across that first down marker. The Marauders continue on their third drive to move an offense like no one's stopping them.
What Meyer can't do through the air, he definitely does on the ground with his feet.
Meyer in the gun. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Meyer rolls out to that far side, completes a pass to DJ Johnson. And Johnson will move the ball forward for a pretty good pickup. And we do have flags down on the field. So before we give the official ball movement, we'll see what the flag is. And it is a face mask against the Eagles. So 15 yards will be added to the end of the play. And it would appear they've only moved the ball 5 yards forward. So it'll be a replay of first down and 1 for Mount Vernon. Meyer in the gun. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Tries the hard count, no one jumps. A reset of the offense. 15 seconds on the play clock. Still a gun set for Meyer. Now 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Meyer. Hands off to Brogan. Brogan running up the middle, and he's got plenty for the first down. Looks like a 6-yard pickup to set up a new set inside the red zone for Mount Vernon. 3 offensive drives and 3 red zone appearances so far for Mount Vernon. And if you're an offensive coordinator, it's a good stat to see. 3 trips down, 3 red zone appearances. Meyer in the gun again, 2 receivers to his left side, 1 to his right. It's a handoff again to Brogan. Brogan going up the middle will be brought down at the 13. So it is a 6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4 for the Marauders.
Great chase down tackle there from Peyton Arnold, that defensive lineman. Great job to bust through the offensive line, turn it around, and make the chase down tackle from the hips down.
Offense getting set with 15 seconds left on the play clock. 10 minutes, 12 seconds before we send it to halftime. Meyer in the gun. 2 receivers to his left side, 1 to the right. Puts DJ Johnson in motion. It is a quarterback keeper for Meyer. Meyer cutting through traffic, takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line is where he's officially spotted. Excuse me, the 5-yard line. And that is an 8-yard pickup again before Klein made the stop. First down and goal from the 5 for Mount Vernon, looking to go back-to-back-to-back offensive drives.
Colin, I don't think this Eagles defense planned for Meyer to be this mobile out of the backfield.
Meyer pistol set, 3 to the far side. Hand off to Brogan. Brogan looking for the edge. Will move backwards and slip up again at the 5. Lucky to get back to that line of scrimmage. And we do have flags flying on the far side of the field. We'll see what the call is. And it is a hold against Mount Vernon. So you kill the offensive momentum just a little bit. It's going to be first down and goal again for the Marauders. But instead, 10 yards further back from the 15.
Linebacker Gray Backus definitely burst through that offensive line, had him in there. However, Brogan did shake him to get a couple more yards. Would have been a big tackle for a loss there for Brogan. Could have been his 5th of the season.
Meyer pistol set. 3 receivers to his left side. Hands off to Brogan, and Brogan tied up at the ankles. Coming out to make the stop is number 63, Jennings Wine, off the edge. Great pursuit Great stop for the Delta Eagles.
Colin, I think that's just the old reliable bull rush. The good old J.J. Watt special. Just get out of my way and let me make the tackle.
Second down and goal from the 15. Pistol set again for Mason Meyer. 2 to his left, 1 to his right. Back to pass. Meyer goes to the far side sideline. Pass is complete to Brogan out of the backfield. And it's a 10-yard pickup. So the Marauders are right back down to where they started this first and goal. It'll be third and goal from the 5.
I don't think Brogan realized there was a defender to his left. That's great recognition there from Mason Meyer to throw that ball to his backside shoulder to force him to make the play, to make the catch and get out of bounds.
Pistol set again for Meyer. 2 to the far side, 2 to the near, a handoff to Brogan. Brogan has a hole, and Brogan waltzes his way through traffic and dances into the end zone. 20-7, Mount Vernon up by 2 scores on the 5-yard rushing touchdown from Jaliba Brogan. That's a big start for Mount Vernon.
Colin, that's a huge start.
3 drives, 3 touchdowns for the Marauders.
Not only is that a big start for the Marauders offense, but Jaliba Brogan having himself a game as well as Mason Myers. I want to give credit to that offensive line bursting that A-gap.
And 3 for 3 on extra points is Rylan Vinard. We've got ourselves a 21-7 ball game. Mount Vernon doing a heck of a job offensively, controlling the contest. 30 seconds, and we're going to be back for more of this second quarter action right after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Why haven't you fixed the AC?
Don't sweat the heat any longer. Let Peterman handle it.
They can fix it.
Looks like you could use a new heating and cooling system.
Yes. We're miserable.
Well, right now, when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with us, you get the AC for free.
And we'll install next day.
We need to tell everyone.
Just visit PetermanHVAC.com.
Back live from Delta High School, it's 21-7. Mount Vernon, a big lead, 3 offensive drives, 3 touchdowns. Colin Eccles, Joey Paternostro for IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Vinner gives this ball a kick. It's a sky shot that is going to be fielded and down. Ball is loose, and looks like Delta is still able to get back on top of the football at the 19-yard line in their own territory. They've got some work to do, to say the least. That first drive resulted in a fumble after a 65-yard kickoff return. Drive number 2, just 1 yard total of offense, resulting in a punt. And then drive number 3, a 65-yard touchdown to get themselves on the board. Joey, Mount Vernon's offense, though, is tough to handle. Mason Meyer is probably one of the most versatile quarterbacks we've seen so far this year.
But I do have to say, I don't believe the Delta Eagles thought that Mason Meyer would be this mobile out of the pocket. I definitely believe that they were thinking it was going to rely more on Brogan.
Bronson Edwards under center. It is a handoff, an end-around play. And I didn't see exactly who got the carry on that. It was Amir Wright Hill who picks up the 1 yard. The 2 yards for Delta. Second down and 8 for the Eagles. 7:53 left in the first half. They trail 21-7 to Mount Vernon.
Good job from the Marauder defensive line, allowing the linebacking core time to push that second wave into things and not allow the Eagles' offense to break the gaps.
Edwards in the gun. 2 receivers to each side. Quick fire to the far side of the field. It is complete to the intended target, Cooper Bratton. And that is going to be just shy of the first down. It'll be third down and 3. So 5-yard pickup for the Eagles. 7.5 minutes left before we send things to halftime.
Cooper Bratton, 5 receptions, 122 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the season so far. Not a big impact player for the Eagles offense, but a big player there on that drive, on that
Edwards
play.
Gun set again. Trips to the near side, 1 man to the far. Handoff to Carpenter, and Carpenter is walloped in the backfield. Christian Kiptu comes out of the linebacking core and makes a big stop.
Great penetration from Kiptu, the linebacker. Like I talked about earlier, the linebacking core is key for this Marauders defense. They've got like I talked about in that pregame, can't find my stats here. They've got 85 tackles of their total of 268 defensive tackles.
Landon Brooks will punt for Delta. DJ Johnson back to return for Mount Vernon. Good punt, skied high near midfield. And it takes a Marauder bounce back into Delta territory, and the Marauders will start at the Eagle 48-yard line. 48 yards is all that Mount Vernon needs before they find the end zone. Will they do it 4 drives in a row? Small town charm meets exceptional service at Johnson County Golf Carts. Whether you're a seasoned golfer, weekend adventurer, or simply looking for a way to navigate around town, they have street-legal golf carts that are just right for you. Johnson County Golf Carts is a locally owned family business providing top-notch customer service to everyone walking through their door. Experience the difference with Johnson County Golf Carts, where quality and service meet hometown hospitality. You can find Johnson County Golf Carts in downtown Franklin or at jcgolfcarts.com. Thanks to them for making this broadcast possible this evening. First down and 10 from the 48 for quarterback Mason Meyer in this Mount Vernon offense. They have just 5 seconds on the play clock. Meyer under center. Fakes the handoff to Brogan, hands it off to DJ Johnson. Johnson on the end around, still on his feet. And it looked like he had an extra hole, but he's marked out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And that's a big pickup on first down to make it 2nd down and 3 for the Marauders.
Sophomore defensive end Maverick Holbrook was in and through that offensive line waiting for Meyer to make that turn and look for a pass.
Meyer in the gun. 2 receivers to both sides. Back to pass. Quick fire to the near side, but it is broken up. Landon Brooks comes out of the linebacking core and gets a hand on the pass. 3rd down and 3 for Mount Vernon.
3rd down.
6.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
This linebacking core, definitely the core of this Delta defense. 68 total tackles, 19 for a loss on the year so far.
3rd and 3. Meyer in the gun. 2 receivers to his left side. Now 2 to his right with Johnson in motion. Meyer hands the ball off to Brogan, and Brogan is going to be stopped short of the first down marker. It'll be 4th down and 2 from the 40. Mount Vernon's been in this position once already tonight. We'll see if they decide to go for a second 4th down try. Gray Backus on the stop for Delta on that last play. 6 minutes is what we've got left in the first half.
4th down.
And Mason Meyer is not coming off the field. 4th down and 2. He's in the gun. 2 receivers to both sides. It's a rugby-style kick. And what a job by Mason Meyer to spot Delta at the 7 in their own territory. What can this kid not do? He's been throwing the ball well for the majority of the night. 2 rushing touchdowns. And now he rugby punts inside the 20 and pins Delta back with 97 yards to go before they get close to the end zone.
Colin, I have absolutely no words for what I just witnessed. That might have been the last thing on my list to see on that play. I was expecting a tush push. They lined up in shotgun. I was thinking a quick pass to the sideline. But no, a rugby-style punt. I have to say, I love the call, though, and great execution from Meyer.
1st down and 10. Bronson Edwards comes out under center for Delta. 2 receivers to the near side. Edwards hands off to Carpenter. First play from scrimmage. Carpenter finding the gap and weaving through defenders. Takes it out for a nice run. It'll be 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard pickup from Carpenter.
Colin, I'm excited to hear what Lily's interview with Coach Overholt is after halftime because they definitely have some adjustments to make, and I'm interested to see what he has to say about it. They've got to change something up, both offensively and defensively. They have to have a stop for Mason Meyer and Jaliba Brogan, but on the offensive side, Bronson Edwards been good, but this offensive line has to allow a little bit more.
Edwards under center, 2 receivers to the near. Edwards rolls out to his right side, flips it forward, and what a catch made by Chase Ritchie And that single hand effort will take the ball out to the 25. And Chase Ritchie, heck of a grab on the run and a heck of an adjustment made by Bronson Edwards to loft that ball over the defender. I believe that was number 9 for Mount Vernon, Devon Williams, creating some pressure in the backfield.
Colin, he was doing that screwing around in the pregame, playing catch for fun. Look at that. Now it pays off in the game time.
First down and 10. Edwards back under center. 2 receivers to his left side. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to that left side, and Edwards, the pressure gets to him before he can make a throw. That is Evan Privet who leads the charge for the Mount Vernon defense. It'll be second down and 15 for Delta. We've got just about 8 minutes expired in the second quarter. 4 minutes remain until we send it to halftime.
The junior Evan Privet and the senior Preston Fox in on the tackle there. Big play from the Marauder defense there. We'll see what the Eagles do to counter that.
Second down and 15. Edwards comes out in a gun set this time. Trips to the far side of the field. A single receiver to the near. It is a quick fire. Near side complete to Zane Klein. Klein with some running room, and he picks up all of that yardage back. +2, a 17-yard pickup for the Eagles out to the 37-yard line. And that's a big first down for Delta as they try to get some momentum back on their offensive side of the field. And we have a timeout taken by Mount Vernon. Don't forget, tonight's game is built by Universal Roofing. You can call Universal at 317-257-0779 or visit universalrfg.com. Tonight's game is also driven by Greg Hubler Ford and Hyundai. You can experience the Greg Hubler promise at greghublerauto.com. The Mower Shop in Fishers, that's another one of our sponsors for tonight. Mowers, snow throwers, parts, and more at themowershop.com. Peterman Heating and Cooling. He'll come in clutch. It's hot right now. You could use that cooling. You can also call them for same-day plumbing service at 317-608-1883. And, of course, if you're looking for some financial advice, you can check out Werner Financial. Schedule your free consultation at wernerfinancial.com. Our sponsors tonight, we appreciate them for making this broadcast possible. First down and 10 for Delta from the 37-yard line. They trail 21-7 to Mount Vernon, 3:44 before we send things to halftime. Coming out of the timeout, we'll see if Mount Vernon's defense can make a little bit of adjustment. Really the first time we've seen them struggle all night.
These corners need to make a little bit of an adjustment. Looking to play zone defense, kind of bend, don't break. Maybe need to play a little bit more, less conservative.
First down and 10, a pass attempt from Edwards. Lofts it down the sideline. It is incomplete, just over the fingertips of Zane Klein. Second down and 10 for Mount Vernon, and I'm not mad at that pass from Edwards on first and 10. What a way to miss long instead of short and into the defender's hands.
Good coverage there from Robert Dotson, the senior cornerback. I thought I saw a little bit of a tug on the jersey, but I don't believe it would have made an effect as that ball was pretty much uncatchable.
Second down and 10 for the Eagles. Edwards sticks with the gun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Edwards back to pass, pressure up the middle again, escapes to the far side. Lots of green in front of Edwards. Edwards cuts back and takes it across the 40 down to the 42. Still on his own side. Third down and 5 for Delta.
A great job there for the scramble drill from wide receiver Zane Klein. Realized that Edwards had gotten pushed out of the pocket. Made a great job to make an effort towards the sideline instead of further away from Edwards. Unfortunately, Edwards just couldn't get a throw off as a defensive lineman was just right up in his grill.
3rd and 4 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Edwards gun set. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. There's a fake handoff. Edwards keeps it for himself. Great decision-making on the read for Bronson Edwards. And that is a big first down pickup across midfield to the 49 in Mount Vernon territory.
We've seen the option play to Nolan Carpenter, except the majority of the time Edwards has given the ball to Carpenter. This time he kept it for himself, worked out big. Defense really wasn't ready for it. Worked out in his advantage. Now we got a first down, Eagles.
First down for the Eagles from the 49 of the Marauders. 2:35 left in this first half. 21-7 your score. Delta trails. 2 receivers each in. Gun set for Edwards. To pass again. Stays with the air game, and it's another completion to Cooper Bratton. 4-yard pickup. Second down and 6 for Delta.
Gavin Joy and this Marauder defense definitely in the bend but don't break defensive mode. Going back to the soccer terms, a little bit of a park the bus kind of tactic. A little early for that. However, I don't hate the approach from the Marauders here.
All sorts of football moved into tonight's game. 2nd down and 6 for Delta. Edwards in the gun. 2 receivers each end. Quick pressure and a quick fire and completion to the man who scored earlier, Amir Wright Hill, still on his feet, blasted from behind, but not before he picks up the first down. On to make the stop for Mount Vernon, number 53, Preston Fox. Big first down pickup for the Eagles down to the 32-yard line in Mount Vernon territory, right at that 2-minute mark in the first half.
Big tackle there from Preston Fox. If he didn't make that tackle, then Hill was just about in the open and in the clear. So great tackle there from Fox to not allow him to score.
Edwards stays gun set. 10 seconds on the play clock, 2 receivers each end. Still in the pass game. Across the middle, incomplete. The intended target, Cooper Bratton. And I think that's about the best result that you could have had on that play. No interception and no sack as well. The Mount Vernon front 3, Eli Maple, Braden Robinson, and Cam Reed into the backfield quickly off the ball.
Jonah Schroeder there. This is the 3rd consecutive play where he has been in the backfield in less than a second, putting unprecedented pressure on quarterback Bronson Edwards. Exactly what we talked about pregame, making him uncomfortable.
Edwards has 3 receivers at the short side of the field, 1 man out to the long, and gets the hard count to work. Move the ball 5 yards forward, 2nd down and 5 for Delta. And I tell you what, it seems like it just took a little while to get those gears greased and moving for the Eagles offense, but Bronson Edwards doing a great job as the leader moving his team down the field.
Colin, it also helps that any time that there's some kind of big-ish play, this crowd is incredibly loud with these cowbells and the screaming, so they know they've got an entire stands filled with fans cheering them on.
2nd down and 5. Edwards sticks gun. 3 receivers still to that short side of the field, 1 to the far. Edwards back to pass again. Quick pressure, and he is slung down by the rusher. Playing the defensive side of the field now is Jaliba Brogan. So that 5-yard pickup on the penalty results in a 7-yard loss. 3rd down and 12 for Delta.
Brogan, a big presence on the offensive side. Way to be a great presence on this specific play. On the defensive side of the ball, not allowing that penalty to have any effect. 3rd and 13, big play for the Eagles here.
1:10 before we send it to halftime. Edwards 3 to the far side, 1 to the near. To pass again. Edwards flush to that far side, has running room, moves to the sideline, 1st down, and he'll skip out of bounds around the 20. What a way for Bronson Edwards to get mobile and make up for that sack. Both of these quarterbacks using the ground and the air to their advantage where they see fit.
Edwards had Zane Klein covered hardcore down the field. A great execution by Edwards not to force that ball in there and to realize that he had open green in front of him and to pick up a couple of yards.
Timeout taken by Mount Vernon. The defense still not where they want it to be. The beginning of this drive, it was spotted at the 7. 93 yards is what Delta needed to make up to get to the end zone. Well, they're now down at the 20 in Mount Vernon territory with 57 seconds on the first half game clock. You talk about a statue of leadership, too, from quarterback Bronson Edwards. He has done a phenomenal job not letting the pressure get to him, not letting the mistakes mess up his game, and he is marching his offense down the field.
Colin, you have to imagine a field goal at this point in this drive would definitely be a disappointment. So they are expecting no less than 6 points to end this drive, and I do not expect any less. This Marauder defense needs to make an adjustment, and it needs to happen right now. These corners are doing their great coverage on the receivers, the linebacking core having pretty good pressure and trying to keep Edwards contained, but it's this defensive line having great pressure, not allowing, or I should say allowing Bronson to get to the outside. They have to make that adjustment right now.
1st down and 10 for the Eagles from the 20. Gun set still. 3 receivers to the narrow side of the field, 1 to the wide. We got flags flying, and it's a false start against Delta. Zane Klein flinches. Christian Hurst might be to blame for some of that as well. Nonetheless, 5 yards back for Delta. It's going to be first down and 15 instead of first down and 10.
Definitely one of my favorite things to see after a penalty is the offensive and defensive linemen pointing at one another.
First and 15. Edwards sticks with the gun formation. 3 receivers to the narrow side, 1 to the wide. It is a handoff to Carpenter. Carpenter with running room, cuts back, and Carpenter will make this a 1-score game. 13-21, a 25-yard rush for Nolan Carpenter on the handoff from Bronson Edwards. 93 yards is what Delta needed to put points on the board, and they do it. Fireworks sound, and on to kick is Landon Ritchie. We'll see what he can do on the PAT. Ritchie awaits the snap, and looks like the Eagles were 1 man short, only 10 on the field. Ritchie set up for the PAT. His second attempt tonight. Here comes the snap. High, but a decent hold, and Ritchie just barely able to get it off, but right down Main Street. 21-14 is your score. Mount Vernon still leads Delta by 1 score, but I tell you what, the Eagles, a great job responding on that drive. They force a punt, pinned inside their own 10 at the 7, and march the ball 93 yards down, despite trials and tribulations with penalties, tackles for losses, and they score on the 25-yard rushing touchdown from Nolan Carpenter.
Colin, that's exactly what Delta needed. They needed a response because they could not be trailing 2 or more touchdowns headed into halftime. They're down 21-14. It'd be great for a big stop here for the Eagles to get back and tie this ball game up before halftime. We'll see what the Marauders can do in response to that 93-yard drive from the Eagles.
There's only 51.6 seconds left in the first half, and it's a 7-point differential. On to kick for Delta, number 88, Maddox Huffman. He gives it the high boot, and back to return is Riker Bear. Bear takes it to the far side, across the 20, tries to cut back, but taken down by a flock of Eagles at the 21-yard line. So not quite 93 yards for Mount Vernon to go, but 79, still a tall order with just 46 seconds left on the clock before we head to halftime. If you look at the breakdown in these drives, the first 5 drives for Delta, first 4, this is number 5 for Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon opens 3 touchdowns on 3 drives. They punt their 4th. That 4th offensive drive, the punt results in a score for Delta, 93-yard touchdown. They also scored on their 3rd drive in a 65-yard touchdown drive. Let's see what Mount Vernon can do with 46 on the clock. And we've got no start of play just yet. It looks like it will be a kneel. And we're waiting for the clock to get moving. So Mason Meyer and the Mount Vernon offense not taking any chances. They will let the clock expire with 2 kneels in the first half. 21-14 will be your score headed into halftime. We'll keep it here for just a couple of moments while our sideline reporter Lily Herrera catches up with Vince Leidy, the head coach of the Marauders, who started off in a very loud way. 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, 75 yards, 61 yards, and 77 yards. We await Lily and Coach Leidy. She'll go over to track him down. But, Joey, I tell you what, a heck of a job by the Mount Vernon offense to come out big. Now they just need that defense to hold up. We do have Lily on the far sideline. Lily, go ahead and give us what you have with Coach.
Coach Mason Meyer, your sophomore quarterback, has run in 2 touchdowns in the first half all by himself. So tell me, how has he been so successful in this quarterback position?
Well, the more reps he's gotten this week, and again, being a quarterback for the full-time quarterback for the first time, he's seeing things, and he's able to make his read on the option play. And our running back, Joliba, takes a crowd. So he's benefiting from that. So it's been a good numbers game. So we're really pleased right now with our ground attack.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Colin, back to you.
Thank you for that, Lily, and I think that is the best way you can put it from Coach Leidy. Joliba takes a town to bring down out of the backfield, and in his first full year as a starter, Mason Meyer doing a great job moving through his progressions, making well-educated decisions, and leading this Mount Vernon offense to a 21-14 score at halftime. We'll take a 2-minute break, gather our thoughts, write some stats down. We'll be back for you with some halftime recap. That's what's coming up here in just a couple of moments. Stay tuned in. You're listening to IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Warner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Warner Financial.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Gray Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Gray Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779. The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too, and we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
At halftime, we got ourselves a ball game from Muncie, Indiana. Delta High School, to be specific. 21-14 is your score. The Mount Vernon Marauders lead number 11 Delta on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Colin Nichols, Joey Paternostro in the booth. We heard from Lily Herrera, our sideline reporter, just a few moments ago with head coach of the Marauders, Vince Leidy, who in his 4th year at the school is 27-14 overall, so a 66% winning percentage, and had a 7-5 record last season. They started 0-4 this year, which, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, I think a little bit misleading in terms of the ability that this team has. You put a sophomore quarterback in Mason Meyer in the backfield for the first time in a starting role. They lose to Noblesville week 1, 43-23. Noblesville, a 6A school, playing up 2 classes. Week 2 against Franklin, a 5A school, playing up a single class. You lose 21-20. You play them well. 43-29 to open your 4A conference schedule against Greenfield Central. And then against New Palestine, 56-8 is your final score. 4 ranked opponents in the state, might I add, to open up your schedule. So Mount Vernon has had a tough road to get to week 5. Where against a ranked opponent in Delta, they lead 21-14. And this sophomore quarterback, the young phenom Mason Meyer, having himself a day in the first half. An 8-yard rushing touchdown, an 18-yard rushing touchdown, and really just kind of doing it all over the place.
Absolutely, Colin. Mason Meyer, like you said, having an absolute day. The 8-yard rushing touchdown, the 18-yard rushing touchdown, the 35-yard passing play from Meyer to Bauer, allowing that offense to really get going during that fourth drive there, mixed in with that 5-yard rushing touchdown by Brogan. This Marauders offense really showing what they really haven't shown in those first 4 games. This Delta defense, definitely some adjustments to make. But I believe that they'll make them.
For sure. The Mount Vernon defense kind of in that bend, don't break mode, like you said, at the end of the half. And unfortunately for them, they broke. Fortunately for Delta, the defense of Mount Vernon did break. You're able to put yourself on the board, close the gap down to 1 score because Mount Vernon does get the ball to start the second half. Of course, that second score came out of the backfield for Delta, a 25-yard carry for Nolan Carpenter. The first score for Delta came on a 33-yard catch and run from quarterback Bronson Edwards to Amir Wright Hill. And those are the 2 scores so far for Delta. Let's take a look at the drive breakdown, the scoring breakdown for both these teams. Mount Vernon obviously gets off to a hot start, Joey, 75 yards to the house for a touchdown. That was all started by the forced fumble and fumble recovery made by the defense after a 65-yard kick return on the opening kickoff for Delta. Drive number 2, 61-yard touchdown drive for the Marauders. And drive number 3, a 77-yard touchdown drive for Mount Vernon as well. 3 touchdowns to open up this contest, and you haven't won a game yet. I think that Mount Vernon is hungry for their first win of the year.
Colin, I've talked about it earlier, but have definitely come in with a chip on their shoulder, and they are definitely taking it out on this Delta Eagles defense, letting them have it. They're running through this defensive line and this linebacking core. The Eagles defense not playing poorly, just not playing good enough, in my opinion. They've got a very experienced group on defense, and they've definitely been here and done this before. But this Marauder offense, Mason Meyer, Jaliba Brogan, and Riker Bear really taking them to town today.
And I think the best way to put it would be how Coach Leidy put it. Out of the backfield, Brogan takes a village to bring down. He takes a big group of guys. He stands at 5'10", but 190 pounds. What I like to call a bowling ball build for a running back. Lowers his shoulder, not afraid to eat some contact, and he's shown that tonight. He's shown that defensively, too, on a couple of plays. He got into the backfield and made a big 7-yard sack against Bronson Edwards. So it's nice to have a couple of guys offensively for Mount Vernon that can do a little bit of everything. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for some more recap on Delta's offense specifically, what adjustments the Eagles need to make coming into the second half, and some of your key players to look out for in that second half as well as we get down into the night. It's Mount Vernon leading Delta 21-14 at the half. Back for more right after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Why haven't you fixed the AC?
Don't sweat the heat any longer. Let Peterman handle it.
They can fix it.
Looks like you could use a new heating and cooling system.
Yes. We're miserable.
Well, right now, when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with us, you get the AC for free.
And we'll install next day.
We need to tell everyone.
Just visit PetermanHVAC.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner of Warner Financial. When it comes to your 401k, you deserve a partner who values your retirement dreams as much as you do. We believe that your 401k is more than just an account. It's a strategy tailored to fit your unique circumstances. Our approach isn't just about numbers. It's about understanding you. Whether you're just starting your career or counting down the days until approaching retirement, we're here to ensure your 401k aligns perfectly with your future. Ready to make your 401k work for you? Contact us today for a personalized consultation.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Gray Hubler Ford, promise kept.
It's time for a halftime performance on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com as Mount Vernon leads Delta 21-14 at Delta on homecoming night as well. Colin Eccles, Joey Paternostro in the booth. We got Lily Herrera on sideline. Michael running camera for us, doing a great job this evening. Joey, tell you what, a heck of a start to this game for Mount Vernon. The Delta taking a little bit longer to get ready to go on that offensive side of the ball. They got to make some adjustments headed into the second half.
Colin, I think we are set for one of the best second halves from these two teams that we are going to see all fall. I think, like you said, Delta came off a little slow. However, they're now set and they're ready to go. This offense has been making adjustments on the fly. I'm excited to see what they can come up with on the offensive side of the ball after halftime. Defensively, the Eagles have to continue to make some adjustments because they cannot allow Mason Meyer and Jaliba Brogan to run all over them as they have been in the first half. They cannot allow that to continue. They have to force Meyer to throw the ball a little bit more because that's definitely where he struggles. However, on the Eagles' offensive side of things, Bronson Edwards definitely looks like a stud, making these throws with unset feet to wide receivers with a cornerback on them, not wide open. He hasn't made a throw to a receiver wide open all night, and I don't expect that to continue. I expect the Marauders' defense to get out of the bend, don't break, but instead pressure and no break. No leanway, man coverage, no zone, all pressure.
Yeah, it's been tough for Bronson Edwards to try and find an open target down the field. Like you said, he's turned it into double coverage a couple times tonight. He's had to lead his receivers just a hair too far. But a couple times his receivers have come through big for him. Chase Ritchie came out of the backfield and made a nice one-handed grab for a 17-yard gain in that second quarter to boost the Delta Eagles eventually to a touchdown. That was on that 93-yard drive that they had, their last drive of the half. And I'll tell you what, Bronson Edwards, I think, is probably one of the most solid overall quarterbacks that we will see this year. Kid can run, kid can really throw the ball. And the biggest thing that he's struggling with right now and the biggest thing he's not getting is the help from that offensive line. They're getting beat pretty quickly by the defensive front from Mount Vernon. Eli Maple, Braden Robinson, and Cam Reed. Those three are getting off the ball exceptionally well and getting into the backfield and making big stops. You can credit Jonas Schroeder as well, getting into the backfield from Mount Vernon from that linebacking core and making stops. And then give credit where credit's due to the secondary as well to not give Bronson Edwards many options down the field and down the sidelines and forcing him to kind of pitch and catch to the flats and make running decisions on his own.
Colin, I would like to point out the size difference between the Eagles' offensive linemen and the Marauders' defensive linemen. The Marauders' defense have about 20 less pounds than this Eagles' offense. This Eagles' offense, an experienced group of guys. However, this Marauders' defense, very light. Jonas Schroeder weighing in at 175, Eli Maple at 215, Cam Reed at 215. These guards, 265, Jennings Wine, 265, and Brody Abrams, 285. The center, Jake Crawford, 295. Big fellas, so the speed game is definitely playing a big part for the Marauders defense. I do expect that to continue. However, I do expect Coach Overholt to make the adjustments and push that offensive line to not allow the defense to put so much pressure on Bronson Edwards, the quarterback.
And I think the biggest adjustment that we saw late in that second quarter came from, I don't think we saw Bronson Edwards a single time, maybe other than the first play from scrimmage on that last drive, go under center. He's pretty much been in a pistol set and in a shotgun set to give him a little bit more time to make a decision and make reads going down the field.
Which definitely helped because senior Jonah Schroeder was definitely in on him, bursting through that line the majority of that 93-yard drive. The 5'10", 170-pound senior, like I said, speed is key for this guy. So when he just pushed past and Bronson Edwards didn't have to make a 5-step drop back, he was already in the shotgun taking a 2-step drop back. It allowed Edwards to force the ball out quickly for the short routes.
If you're looking at the Delta defense and their adjustments that they need to make, where do you look to start? Because for those first three drives, it didn't look like there was much of a defense out there at all, really. But then you look at that fourth offensive drive for Mount Vernon, and they forced a punt pretty quickly after getting Mount Vernon into good field position with a muff punt.
Colin, it goes back to what I talked about pregame. It starts with the defensive line with Christian Hurst and Jennings Wine, the two senior defensive ends. It really relies on them. They've got 20 total tackles, 2.5 tackle for loss combines, and 0.5 sacks. That's Jennings Wine with the 0.5 sacks. It really comes back to them because they have to plug up the offensive linemen, allowing that wave of the linebackers to plug up the gaps and not allow Jaliba Brogan to run through the A, B, and C gaps. Have to push him to the outside and rely on the corners and the safeties to make those tackles outside, because that's really where they've been getting beat. They've stuffed Brogan inside. They've done a good job of that. However, when they push him to the outside, that's really where he breaks big.
I would say a good key to look at for the Delta defense specifically is going to be Nash Kiesling. He started first play from scrimmage, a sack. Second play from scrimmage defensively, a tackle for a loss. We haven't heard a whole lot from him since then. We've heard a lot from the names Cole Minette. Landon Brooks has been getting into the backfield and creating some issues for Mount Vernon's offense. However, we need to see some of these other guys from the linebacking core getting in and, like you said, containing the offense and really doing a good job at focusing in on Jaliba Brogan and Mason Meyer, who have been doing a lot with their legs this evening. The secondary so far really hasn't had too much of a challenge. Mason Meyer hasn't looked to air it out.
But when he has safety, Marcus Bright has been there. Marcus Bright's also been in the backfield making a couple of tackles for losses on Jaliba Brogan, but he really has been roaming around freely in the backside of the field. Nathan Manor and Matthew Morey also in there. Matthew Morey did get beat on that 35-yard passing play. I'm sorry, on the 33-yard passing touchdown to Amir Wright Hill. But other than that, Matthew Morey has been absolutely lockdown defense in that corner position.
35-yard pass play from Meyer to Bear was a killer, to say the least. You also had a big pass play as well from Meyer to Jaliba Brogan, who came out of the backfield, snuck right through that secondary, just a loft over the middle, and he takes it at 30 yards as well. So we got a heck of a ball game ahead of us, just 2 minutes left at halftime. What's your keys to the game, and who do we need to watch specifically? Start with the Delta.
Starting with the Delta offense, I'm definitely looking for Bronson Edwards and Nolan Carpenter to continue what they've been doing, but key-wise, I'm looking for this offensive line to really step up. On the defensive side, for the Eagles, I'm really looking for this defensive line, Christian Hurst, Jay Crawford, and Jennings Wine to step up. For the Marauders, offensively, Mason Myers and Jaliba Brogan have to continue what they've been doing. Mason Meyer has to find Riker Bear, Davion Williams, and Gavin Joy along the sidelines a little bit more often. Defensively for the Marauders, I'm looking for Kristen Kiptu, Jonah Schroeder, and Jack Van Vickel. Haven't called his name very much this evening, but I'm looking for a big second half from the linebacking core for the Marauders defense.
Delta retaking the field. They will be on defense to start this third quarter, so it'll be a good test to see what kind of adjustments do you make at halftime if you are Coach Overholt. And he is making his way over to Lily right now. We'll see what word she has from him and see what adjustments they are making. Lily, go ahead.
Coach, real close game coming into the second half. How has your offense and your defense adjusted to hopefully to continue to come back in the second half?
Yeah, I'm really proud of the way we responded. That's not a great way to start a game once we got settled in, but I'm really proud of our fight right now. I think we have a little energy to us, and I'm looking forward to the second half.
Absolutely. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks.
Colin, back to you.
Thanks, Lily, and I agree with Coach Overholt wholeheartedly on that topic. It looks like the team has a new energy to them after responding with that late touchdown. Doesn't get much better than that in terms of an energy booster. You put some points on the board right before halftime, even though you don't get the ball back after the half, that still adds a lot of momentum and lets your opponent know, hey, we're still here and ready to go.
The Eagles have to carry that momentum out to the field. First, it starts with the defense holding the Marauders and not allowing them to score, maybe to a field goal. You cannot allow a touchdown right out of the break, but then that momentum has to transfer right over to Bronson Edwards and this Eagles offense if they want to continue to have some kind of chance in this ball game.
And I think momentum gets talked about a lot, but it doesn't get talked about in the right way, in my opinion. Just how quickly it can flip. You're a college athlete. You played college baseball. I played college baseball for 3 years as well. And in baseball, momentum flips on a dime. snap your fingers and all of a sudden the momentum is in the other dugout. Football works the exact same way, but it happens, I think, more so either with that one big play where it does snap and the momentum instantly flips, or it happens coming out of halftime, coming out of a timeout. We're coming out of halftime, and that means that Mount Vernon also has a tall order in front of them to keep the momentum on their side of the field, keep this lead, and allow the offense to continue producing as they have in the first half.
Colin, we saw that momentum breaker in the very early portion of this ball game, a 65-yard return from Gray Backus to start this one off, and then a fumble on the transfer between Bronson Edwards and Nolan Carpenter really allowed that momentum to just bang and shift. You have to be, like you said, you have to allow this Marauders offense has to come out with that same chip. They cannot be nervous. They can't be intimidated whatsoever by this Eagles defense or this Eagles offense, because they got nothing to fear. They're up 7, and they're in a good spot.
Quick reminder that tonight's game is built by Universal Roofing. You can call them at 317-257-0079 or visit universalrfg.com. Tonight's game is also driven by Greg Hubler Ford and Hyundai. Experience the Greg Hubler promise at greghublerauto.com. Peterman Heating and Cooling. Call Peterman for same-day plumbing service at 317-608-1883. And, of course, Werner Financial. Schedule your free consultation at wernerfinancial.com. We're going to take a 1-minute break. We got a minute 50 left at halftime, and we'll be back for the start of the third quarter. That is what's coming up next on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Why haven't you fixed the AC?
Don't sweat the heat any longer. Let Peterman handle it.
They can fix it.
Looks like you could use a new heating and cooling system.
Yes. We're miserable.
Well, right now, when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with us, you get the AC for free.
And we'll install next day.
We need to tell everyone.
Just visit PetermanHVAC.com.
Both teams are back on the field at Delta High School for the start of the third quarter as Mount Vernon leads Delta 21-14 on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by Joey Paternostro in the booth. Lily Herrera, our sideline reporter. We've heard from her a couple of times tonight. Mount Vernon will receive the opening kickoff in the third quarter. And this is a big, I think, defining moment in the game personally. Mount Vernon an opportunity to come out and extend their lead by 2 scores. Delta an opportunity to come out and pick up a stop early in the third quarter and have the opportunity to give their offense the ball and tie this thing up.
Colin, we've talked about momentum a lot during the halftime break. This is definitely where the momentum begins. If the Marauders score on this drive, the momentum is 100% in their favor. But if the Eagles can hold them to a stop, that is where the momentum shifts to their side. But it starts right now.
Coach Overholt, unlike I think a lot of coaches that would see a rough first half performance as a negative thing, seems very positive about his team in the second half, and I think he has every right to be. A loaded crowd, it's homecoming. You've got a great offense led by Bronson Edwards. You got a great defense as well, led by a whole slew of upperclassmen, and it's time to see what those upperclassmen can do. On to kick away for Delta is Maddox Huffman. Back to return for Mount Vernon is a speedy duo of Riker Bear and DJ Johnson. Huffman on to kick away. 21-14 your score, and the second half is underway from Delta High School. It'll be Riker Bear on the return. From the 15, Bear stutter steps and comes back to the near side, and he is still on his feet. Bear back by the 20 and dragged down finally by the special teams at about the 22. That is where Mount Vernon takes over to start the third quarter.
Great job there from the Eagles special teams unit. not allowing Bear to break free. I will give Bear a little bit of credit, though. It looked like that ball was just about to pop out of his grasps before he regained possession and didn't allow the Eagles to take over there.
First down and 10 for the Marauders. 11:51 left in the third quarter. Mason Meyer will come out in the gun. He has two receivers to the far side of the field, one man to the near. Meyer fakes the handoff first play, fires quickly across the middle, complete to DJ Johnson. Johnson across midfield to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, and Johnson waltzes into the end zone. One play from scrimmage. It's 27-14. What a play. 78 yards to the house. The pass from Mason Meyer to number 3, DJ Johnson, for the score.
Colin, that's exactly what we talked about. The momentum is 1,000% with Mount Vernon right now. The pressure relies entirely on the Eagles' offense to get something back out of this. Down 2 scores coming out of the half. Not really bright for the Eagles.
Vernon attempts the PAT, and he is a perfect 4 for 4 this evening. 28-14 your score. Mount Vernon doubles down on Delta. 30 seconds, and we're back for Delta's first drive of the second half. Can they respond on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com?
Why haven't you fixed the AC?
Don't
sweat the heat any longer.
Let Peterman handle it.
They can fix it.
Looks like you could use a new heating and cooling system.
Yes. We're miserable.
Well, right now, when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with us, you get the AC for free.
And we'll install next day.
We need to tell everyone.
Just visit PetermanHVAC.com.
One play from scrimmage is all it took for Mount Vernon to double down on Delta, 28-14 in the third quarter on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Here comes the kickoff from Vernon, and he is going to put the Eagles inside the 5. On the return for Delta is number 8, Chase Ritchie, and Ritchie is swallowed up at the 32-yard line, and that was actually Carter Jackson on the return. Decent return, takes it for 29 yards from the 3 out to the 32. Now it's time for Delta. Can they respond after that one-play drive from Mount Vernon?
A 78-yard passing touchdown from Mason Meyer to DJ Johnson. It is all on the Eagles' offense here to get something back. A field goal will do, but this drive cannot end in a punt.
1st and 10 from the 32. Edwards under center. 2 receivers to the near side, moves a man in motion to the far side. That's Wilson. It is an end-around handoff to Wilson, and Wilson spun around and dropped after maybe a 1-yard pickup. 2nd and long coming up for Delta.
That's Jonah Schroeder, the senior linebacker for the Marauders, making that tackle. Great job there to chase him down, coming from the left side of the field all the way to the right side, not allowing not allowing Wilson to break big on the first play.
2nd and 9. We've passed the 11-minute mark in the third quarter. Edwards in the gun. 2 receivers each end. Edwards back to pass. Pressure quickly up the middle. Completes the pass to Carpenter out of the backfield. And Carpenter goes down for a 1-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down and 10. On to make the stop. We usually see in the backfield is Brogan.
Marauders defense, 2 great starts. A fantastic start on offense. A 78-yard touchdown. First play of the half. And now 2 back-to-back stops, holding the Eagles to a 3rd and 10 on this first drive after half.
Edwards, 2 receivers each end in the gun. Back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, now running, and he is walloped after a 2-yard pickup. The official spot is 4th down and 9, and that is a punt for Delta to start the second half.
Brogan and safety Colton Anderson in on the stop. Exactly what I said needed not to happen. An Eagles punt to start this drive. The Marauders have every single ounce.
Landon Brooks will punt for Delta. DJ Johnson to return. Johnson scored that 78-yard touchdown on the last drive for Mount Vernon. Brooks gets the punt away. Johnson will start his return from the 25 and run backwards, reversing the field. Johnson still running backwards, and he is dragged down at the 10. Johnson goes backwards 15 yards before being ripped down. And Johnson a little slow to get up, so we will take a quick break. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. We hope he's okay. That's what's up next on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too. And we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
We're all clear here at Delta High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. 28-14 your score. Delta trails to Mount Vernon with 9:17 left in the third quarter. The Marauders have the ball in their possession, first down and 10 at their own 10. See if Mason Meyer can pull off another great drive. Starts off in the gun, two receivers to his right side, one to his left. Meyer, quick pass to the near side. It is complete to Riker Bear, and Bear takes this ball out to the 20. It's a 10-yard pickup, excuse me, a 9-yard pickup. It'll be second down and 1. The official spot was at the 11.
Second down.
To start the drive for Mount Vernon.
That senior corner, Cam Wilson, on the tackle there. Maybe needs to go a little bit lower, wrap him up. Would have held him to a 2nd and 4 or 5 instead of a 2nd and 2.
Gun set again for Meyer. This time it's a handoff to Brogan. And Brogan lowers his shoulder and fires through the hole for a first down pickup. Mount Vernon's offense still looking really, really good here in the third quarter. I tell you what, if you're looking for an offense to replicate this performance right here, you got a sophomore quarterback leading you in a 28-14 ball game.
Certainly hasn't been seen in the opening 4 games of their schedule, but here it is on display here.
From the gun again, a quick pass complete to Bear on the near side. Bear still on his feet. And he takes it out to the 35-yard line. 36-yard line, that is where the official spot is. A 12-yard gain on the play, and Mount Vernon continues to move the chains. These guys are hard to bring down. They keep the feet moving after the initial contact. Meyer, gun set. 3 to his right, 1 to his left. Tries a hard count, no jump. Less than 8 minutes left in the third. 14-point lead for Mount Vernon. Meyer sticking with the gun set. Just 7 seconds on the play clock. Puts a man in motion. Meyer takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it for himself. He'll go up the middle. Plenty of running room across midfield to the 40. Meyer off and running inside the 20 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Marauders.
Meyer, the ball carrier. Touchdown, Mount Vernon.
34-14. That is the third rushing touchdown for Mason Meyer, and he does it from the 36-yard line. A 64-yard pickup for Mount Vernon, and it's a score. 34-14, we'll await the extra point and then take a quick break. We'll see what Venard has on his 5th PAT attempt tonight. And we do have a stoppage of play on the field. We'll see what the officials have to say about that. More coming up after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Just a reminder for tonight's broadcast that small town charm meets exceptional service at Johnson County Golf Carts. Whether you're a seasoned golfer, weekend adventurer, or simply looking for a convenient way to navigate around town, they have street legal golf carts that are just right for you. Johnson County Golf Carts is a locally owned family business, providing top-notch customer service to everyone who walks through their door. Experience the difference with Johnson County Golf Carts, where quality and service meet hometown hospitality. Visit Johnson County Golf Carts in downtown Franklin or at jcgolfcarts.com. We do apologize for the interruption of the broadcast on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. A little bit of camera difficulty. Decided it wanted to reboot on us in the middle of the broadcast, but we're back up and running. Smooth connection, and it's a 34-14 contest on a 64-yard rushing touchdown, not from a running back, but from sophomore quarterback Mason Meyer, his third rushing touchdown of the night. What can this kid not do?
Well,
he's incredible.
I mean, we've seen him rush for a touchdown 3 times. We've seen him annihilate the Eagles' defense throughout the air, and we also saw that nice little rugby-style punt they had going on there.
He is a heck of a gamer, that is to say the least. Of the 5 touchdowns tonight, he's been involved in 3 of them, 3 rushing touchdowns for him. And Vinard will stripe the extra point to make this 35-14. What a lead Mount Vernon has, and what a commanding offense that they are running currently in this third quarter. We thought maybe the momentum would shift back to Delta's sideline, but the number 11 team in 3A yet to find a way to respond to this Mount Vernon offense. I mean, it just looks like Meyer danced through the defense with no problem on that last play.
Colin, it does help. Preston Fox, the senior left tackle for the Marauders, gave a key block to allow Mason Meyer to run 64 yards into the end zone there. There was junior linebacker Cole Minette just on Myers' tail, ready to make that chase down tackle, and Preston Fox delivering a big block.
Here comes the kickoff from Vinard. It is a sky-high kick that is going to take a bounce at the 22, and nobody will touch it for Delta. And the Eagles are pinned inside the 20. I'm not sure if it was a miscommunication, everybody pointing at it and just backed away, but Mount Vernon's special teams helping the cause, hitting Delta back inside the road 20. This is a heck of a display from Mount Vernon.
I have to say, Colin, I'm extremely surprised. I didn't really have a prediction for the game, but I was not expecting Mount Vernon to begin to run away with this one.
First down and 10. And it looks like the the kickoff was muffed. It's going to be a handoff to Brogan, so Mount Vernon has offensive possession. And on that first play from scrimmage, it's a pickup of 7, second down and 3 for the Marauders.
Huge momentum continuation here for the Marauders, and I do have to contribute a lot of it due to this no-huddle offense they've been running. This Eagles defense definitely being run ragged.
Meyer, gun set, 1 receiver to each end. Setting more of a pistol formation. 8 seconds on the play clock, less than 7 on the game clock in the third. Puts Johnson in motion. It's a fake handoff. Meyer dancing to the near side, and Meyer has his 4th rushing touchdown of the night. An 11-yarder to make it 41-14.
Coming into this one, Jaliba Brogan had 7 of the 8 rushing touchdown for this Marauder offense. Mason Meyer having the 2 passing touchdowns, obviously, and 1 of the rushing touchdowns. His fourth tonight, Colin. Totally unexpected. I don't know if he will have another performance like this in the season. But for the future defenses, this kid is tough to stop.
And Vinard, tough to stop as well on the PATs, makes it 42-14. And Mount Vernon running all over Delta's defense right now. And it all comes from the legs so far of sophomore quarterback Mason Meyer. He's also got a passing touchdown in this half as well to DJ Johnson. So, I mean, this kid is having himself a night, career-level night.
Definitely going to get himself looked at. Definitely putting his name in the books after this one. The number 11 ranked Delta. Not an easy defense. They're no schlubs. So to put up these kind of numbers against the Eagles, very impressive from the sophomore quarterback.
Vinard will kick away again to Delta. See if the special teams can regain their composure. And it will be a touchback. The Eagles will start at the 20. Good field position. But can they answer a Mount Vernon team who has scored 3 times since the half?
3 times in 5.5 minutes.
3 times in 5.5 minutes. One came just a single play into the second half. That was the big 78-yard touchdown pass from Meyer to DJ Johnson, and then 2 rushing touchdowns for Meyer. I mean, this blows my mind. We'll send you back down to the field. Gun set for Bronson Edwards in the Delta offense. 2 receivers to his left side, 1 to his right. Edwards fakes the handoff and will elect to hand the ball off. The carrier on that play, number 26 for the Eagles. That was Avon Thomas, who picks up 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 for Delta.
The Eagles offense here definitely needing some kind of momentum. It's going to be hard to shift this momentum away from the Marauders, but they got to have something. A touchdown is very much needed here.
6:05 left in the third. It's a 42-14 lead for Mount Vernon. Edwards back to pass out of the gun. Completes. Incomplete. Nearly completed the short one to Amir Wright Hill. Hill can't hang on to it. It's 3rd down and 8.
A little insecurity here from Edwards, something we haven't seen much of tonight. Edwards looking very confident throughout the night, except on these last 2 drives. He's looked very unsure of himself, and quite frankly, a little down in the dumps. I can't blame him, but as the leader, just can't happen.
Gun set again for Edwards. Back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. Edwards escapes the pocket, dances in the backfield, and will be run out of bounds at the 25. So it'll be 4th down and 5 for Delta, and the Eagles punt team will have to come back onto the field. 5:50 left in the third, and it's a 42-14 lead for Mount Vernon.
That's that linebacking core for the Marauders that we talked about at halftime. Christian Kiptu and Jonah Schroeder back in the backfield almost immediately, basically untouched. This Eagles offensive line has to be more protective of their quarterback.
4th and 5. Brooks will punt. DJ Johnson back to return. And he will let the ball bounce, and it will settle at the Mount Vernon 40-yard line. So it'll be 60 yards to the end zone for Mount Vernon to start another offensive drive. In this half, they're starting the same way they did at the beginning of the game. 3 offensive drives, 3 scores. Can they make it 4 in a row?
This Eagles defense certainly hoping not, certainly hoping, maybe even praying for a stop here, because if they want to make a comeback, it starts right now. There's no excuses. There's no hold them to a field goal. No, we need a 3 and out is what the Eagles are looking for on defense.
1st down and 10 from the 41, in their own territory is where the Marauders will start this drive. 5:40 left in the third. Meyer brings Johnson in motion from the far to the near. Takes the snap and hands the ball off to Brogan. Brogan running to the outside, still on his feet, cuts through traffic, and takes it across midfield to the 49. Jennings Wine comes up with the stop, and I think it is going to be enough for a Marauder first down. We haven't got the official spot. The officials do signal to move the chains. First down and 10 on the 10-yard pickup. From the 49. Meyer in the gun. 3 receivers to that far side of the field, just 1 to the near. It's another handoff to Brogan. Brogan trucking up the middle, and it's another 5-yard pickup to make it second down and 5 for Mount Vernon as we hit the 5-minute mark before the fourth and final quarter. 42-14 your score. Delta trails.
The Marauder offense averaging 4.4 yards per carry. Coming into this one, definitely averaging a little bit more than that. Maybe around the 7-yard mark for this game. Hard to stop Jaliba Brogan. Just an absolute bus running through the middle of this field.
We've got a stoppage of play, so a injured player can make his way to the sideline and get a substitution. Second down and 5 for Mount Vernon. We got 4:45 left before the fourth quarter. And they have a commanding lead, 42-14. They're one play away from that infamous running clock, one score away, I should say. Second down and 5 from the 44 in Delta territory. We'll see what the Marauders have in store. Under center for the first time in a while is Mason Meyer. Puts a man in motion. It is a fumble, and the Marauders able to get back on top of it. Gavin Joy came in motion, and it looked like he got back on top of it initially, but the Eagles defense coming up with a stop, and I think that's really the first mistake that we've seen from Mason Meyer in the Marauder offense all night. Just a bad transition from snap to Meyer, and then a bad transition on the handoff from Meyer to Joy.
A great capitalization there from the Eagles defense. Exactly what they need to turn this momentum into their hands and really get something going. Now it is all in the hands of Bronson Edwards and Nolan Carpenter and this Eagles offense to really light the fire under themselves and get the comeback going.
Edwards under center. He's got a whole quarter left after this to try and make the comeback. 2 receivers to the long side of the field, nobody to the near. Edwards will start the drive with a handoff, and it will go nowhere. The ball carrier, Avon Thomas. Second down and 10, Delta.
26, Avon Thomas, the ball carrier.
Great pursuit and great drive there from Lucas Quipsy, the junior linebacker for the Marauder defense, to really push through that Eagle offensive line, not allowing Carpenter to get through.
Second down and 10. It's the gun formation this time for Edwards. 2 receivers each end. Edwards back to pass, fires across the middle. It is complete, and that is a crucial completion. It goes to Chase Ritchie, and it will be a 5-yard pickup, third down and 5 for the Eagles. 3.5 minutes left in the third quarter, down 4 scores, 42-14 to Mount Vernon.
I want to put the emphasis on running back Nolan Carpenter, putting a big block on defensive end Cam Reed there to give Bronson Edwards that time to make that short pass.
Edwards sticks with the shotgun set. 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Edwards fires quickly, near side. It is complete, and that's a big first down pickup down to the 36-yard line in Mount Vernon territory. Zane Klein on the reception.
Not really great coverage there from the Marauder defense. Really back to that bend, don't break here. But I got to say, if I'm this Marauders defense, I'm really looking more to stop them in their tracks, not allowing any bend whatsoever.
From the 36 in Mount Vernon territory, Edwards sticks shotgun. 3 receivers to the short side, 1 to the long. Edwards stepping up in the pocket, dances around, uses his feet, and will pick up just a yard on the play. Second down and 9 Delta with 2:25 left in the third quarter.
Good job there from Edwards to make something out of nothing. 1 yard was definitely better than a sack. There were 4 Marauders in the backfield looking to make that sack. Great job there from Edwards to get across the line.
A lot of time left in this ball game. Edwards sticks with the shotgun set. It's worked well for the Eagles all night. Split ends, 2 receivers on both sides. Edwards to pass again. Fires a wobbler intended for Zane Klein. When you've got a ball wobbling that much, it's a hard one to catch, and you might be able to say, I wasn't sure if a defender got a hand on it and messed up the throw if the ball came out. It is pretty humid up here in Muncie, so that ball is going to be slick as it touches the turf as the night cools down. Nonetheless, we're faced with 3rd and 9 for Delta.
Colin, I think it's okay that ball was not caught. Robert Dotson, number 6, the corner there, waiting to make the tackle on Zane Klein.
Gun set again. Edwards. Hard count now goes. Steps up in the pocket, off and running. Edwards, a lot of running room. Down to the 22-yard line. It's a first down pickup. He's spotted at the 23, and this is a crucial responding drive for Delta with less than 2 minutes to go in the third.
Tough break for the Marauders defense there. The defensive backs having great coverage downfield, but Bronson Edwards, great job, like I said earlier, to make something out of nothing and pick up that first down.
A 30-second timeout is taken by Mount Vernon, whose defense is struggling a little bit on this drive to stop a Delta offense who really hasn't had a good opportunity yet in the second half. Mount Vernon, on the other hand, doing a great job going 3 for 3 on their first offensive drives. 3 for 4, I should say. A fumble turns the ball over on that previous drive where they were looking to go 4 scores in a row.
And I appreciate this taking our time, slow, short game attack here from the Eagles, but they really don't have the time for the short game. They really got to take a page out of the Marauders' book and go for the big plays, taking off only seconds of the clock. They really don't have to be. They don't have the time, and they don't have the timeouts to be taking their time here.
In total, you've got just under 14 minutes of play before this game is out. 1:52 left in the third quarter. Of course, a full fourth quarter clock left to be had. And Bronson Edwards and the Eagles will have to make the most of that with every play. Back to the line of scrimmage. Edwards comes out. Shotgun set. 3 receivers to his left side, 1 to his right. To pass again. Edwards lofts to the end zone. It is incomplete. And that is good defense from the secondary. That was Gavin Joy who picks up a pass deflection on the play. What a job to read the eyes of the quarterback and make the stop.
What a job from that Marauder defensive line. There were 6, maybe even 7 Marauders that came in looking to just annihilate Bronson Edwards. Good job from Edwards to get the ball out before the sack could be delivered. However, it is a little disappointing for the Eagles not to have that play. Great job there from Gavin Joy to break that pass up.
2nd and 10 from the 23. Edwards to pass again, completes it in the flat. It is to number 26, Avon Thomas. And Thomas will take it forward for a 12-yard gain and a first down for Delta, nearing that 10-yard line.
There was no linebacker in coverage there of number 26, Avion Thomas. So great job there from the Eagles to capitalize on the short game, which we talked about. They don't have much time, but when you get out of bounds on a play like that, it works out in your favor.
Avon Thomas stepping up big time in this fourth quarter, especially on this drive. First down and 10. The Eagles stay with a shotgun look. 3 receivers to the close side of the field, 1 to that long side. This time it is a quarterback keeper. Edwards does a nice job to stay on his feet, spins out of 1 tackle, and is finally dragged down. That was Jonah Schroeder who wrapped up the ankles of Bronson Edwards.
Edwards getting through Evan Privet with a spin move, finally wrapped up by Jonah Schroeder. Great job there from the linebacker to hold him because there was nobody else to beat. It was him in the goal line if Schroeder does not make that tackle.
Nearing the 1-minute mark, just 15 seconds on the play clock. 2nd down and 8 for Delta. Gun set. Edwards to pass. Incomplete. Looking to the far side of the field to Cooper Bratton. It'll be 3rd down and 8, right at 1 minute to go in the third. And this is a crucial minute in the third quarter, especially if you want to make the most of the fourth quarter and have the most time possible to punch the ball in for a score. Getting it here in the next minute, putting points on the board is going to be huge for Delta to not waste any of that fourth quarter clock.
Points being a touchdown rather than a field goal. Field goal not going to do much at this point.
Pistol set. Edwards gets the defense to jump. Oh, no.
Flag on the play. Illegal procedure.
It is an illegal procedure going against Delta. The false start will push the Eagles back 5. It'll be 3rd down and 13 now for the Eagles, and that is what you call shooting yourself in the foot if you are an offense. You had 3rd and manageable. You move back 5, 3rd down and 13, and now you're possibly looking at having to throw the ball a couple of times if you don't get it in or pick up a first down. Edwards gun set. 2 receivers to the short side, 2 to the long, and it is a handoff to Avon Thomas, and Thomas is met quickly in the backfield. 4th down for the Eagles. And that is another solid 5-yard loss. It'll be 4th down and 17. Eagles a long way to go. And you're kind of at a point where you've got to go for it. This is out of field goal range with 27 seconds left in the third. 10 seconds on the play clock. Edwards gun set. Trips to his left, 1 to his right. Edwards back to pass. Has pressure. Running for his life, and he's dragged down for no gain. A turnover on downs. Mount Vernon's defense takes the timeout, makes the adjustment, and comes up with a turnover on downs. What a way to kill momentum for Mount Vernon's defense, and what a loss of momentum for this Delta team.
Colin, that 4th down turnover definitely coming down to the Marauders' defensive line. Eli Mabel, Braden Robinson, and Cam Reed, along with linebacker Jonah Schroeder to get in there and pressure Bronson Edwards to get out of the pocket, forcing him to see the downfield. Unfortunately for Edwards, he was unable to do so, resulting in the turnover on downs.
We've seen this before. 1st down and 10 for the 20 from Mason Meyer and the Marauders offense. Gun set. 3 men to the near side, 1 to the far. Johnson comes across in motion. Meyer, 5 seconds on the play clock. Hands the ball off to Brogan. Brogan working to the far side, has a decent pickup of 4 on 1st down, 2nd down and 6, and that will do it for the third quarter. 42-14 is the score. Mount Vernon with a commanding lead over Delta as we head to the 4th and final quarter. 1 minute of advertising. We'll be back for that 4th quarter right after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Hello, I am Jason Warner, President and Founder of Warner Financial. At Warner Financial, we understand that your financial journey is as unique as you are. That's why we offer a comprehensive suite of investment options, from custodial accounts for your children, individual retirement plans for business owners, to exploring the details of a 401k. Our team is dedicated to guiding you through every potential strategy. We want to be the partner who helps you navigate a world of possibilities. If you're ready to embark on your investment journey, contact us today, and let's get started.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
At the start of the 4th quarter, it is Mount Vernon 42 and Delta 14 on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Colin Eccles, Joey Paternostro on the booth, Lily Herrera sideline. 2nd and 6. Meyer has the pitch to Brogan on the far side. Brogan with some running room. Brogan out across the 40, still trucking. Looks like he's going to be brought down right at the 40. Big 2nd down pickup for Mount Vernon.
Brogan had an Eagles defender on his back and just continued to mush a good 4 or 5 yards with the defender all up on him. I expect to see a lot more runs from Brogan here in this 4th quarter. as the Marauders are up big.
First down and 10 from the 40. Mount Vernon taking all the time they need to get to the line and get set. 10 seconds on the play clock. Meyer in the gun. 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. It's a sweep handoff to G.J. Johnson. Johnson looking to get the edge, and he's going to pick up 1, maybe 2 on the play. It'll be a 1-yard pickup, 2nd down and 9 for Mount Vernon.
Great job from the Eagles' defensive backs there to hold Johnson to a 1-yard gain, not allowing him to break big. A big 2nd down and 9 for this Eagles defense. The stop starts now. A comeback is highly unlikely with time to points ratio, but if they want to get something going, it begins right now.
2nd down and 9. Directing traffic in the backfield is Meyer. 5 seconds on the play clock. And Mount Vernon forced to burn a timeout to avoid the delay of game. That clock was down to just 2 seconds, and the offense wasn't quite set. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
Rejoining you in the 4th quarter from Delta High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. It's 42-14. Mount Vernon with a commanding lead over the Delta Eagles. 2nd down and 9 from the 41 is where the Marauders stand in terms of field position. Meyer in the gun. 3 receivers to the far side of the field. Empty receiver set to the near. Brogan will take the handoff. Brogan looking for the edge. Keeps his feet chopping, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Flag down on the play, and we've got a hold going against Mount Vernon, so the Marauders will take a few steps backwards. I mean, it really doesn't get much better than this in terms of offensive production tonight from your quarterback. Meyer with 4 rushing touchdowns. Just in this half alone, he's got an 11-yard rusher, a 64-yard rusher. He's also got a 78-yard pass to his man DJ Bryant. That is just in this half alone. In the first half as well, Meyer also rushed for an 8-yarder and an 18-yarder. 5 touchdowns from him, 4 on the ground, 1 in the air.
3rd down.
Heck of a job by Mason Meyer tonight. Gun set again. Meyer has 3 receivers to his right side, 1 to the left on 3rd down and 9. Tries the hard count. No go. Tries to get a new offensive play call. Less than 10 seconds on the play clock. Down to 5 on the play clock. Meyer will get the snap off in time. Fakes the handoff. Passes across the middle. It is complete to Gavin Joy, who is still moving down at the 40-yard line in Delta territory. Flipped the field for a 20-yard pickup, and Mason Meyer continues to show why he earned the job of starting quarterback as a sophomore.
First down, Mount Vernon.
Really a poor job there from safety Marcus Bright to wrap up on that tackle. He attempted to wrap at the waist, and Johnson just kept chugging along and took him with. But nothing to do there as the Eagles defense. I would have to assume that they're expecting a run, so a pass comes as a bit of a surprise, but still no excuse for allowing the big play.
Well, we do have a break in the action. Don't forget tonight's game is built by Universal Roofing. Call Universal at 317-257-0779 or visit universalrfg.com. Tonight's game is also driven to you by Greg Hubler Ford and Hyundai. You can experience the Greg Hubler promise at GregHublerAuto.com. Of course, Peterman Heating and Cooling. You can call Peterman for same-day plumbing service at 317-608-1883 and Werner Financial. Schedule your free consultation at WernerFinancial.com. All of our sponsors, we greatly appreciate you for allowing us to do these broadcasts week in and week out. First down and 10 from the 40 for Mount Vernon. 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the final quarter of regulation. Meyer in the gun. Brings Johnson across. It's an end-around handoff again for Johnson. Still on his feet. Lowers the shoulder and uses that forward momentum to pick up 7 or 8 on the play. It'll be second down and short for the Marauders.
Great blocking there from the 2 wide receivers out west, as well as Preston Fox, that left tackle, really pushing out and giving Johnson some room to run.
Past the 10-minute mark in regulation, second down and 4 for Mount Vernon. Chewing all the time they want to before the next play. Less than 10 on the play clock. Meyer in the gun. 2 to his right, 1 to his left. It's another handoff to Brogan. Brogan with running room. Has a hole inside the 10 and brought down at the 7. Jackson Carter makes the stop for Delta.
The 5'9" sophomore Jackson Carter with a big stop there. Really great rush from Jaliba Brogan. We've said that quite a lot today, and I don't expect that phrase to stop. However, great tackle there from Carter, not allowing Brogan to get into the end zone quite yet.
First down and goal from the 5. Meyer wasting time again on the clock. 7 seconds on that play clock. Pistol set. Meyer takes a high snap, pitches to Brogan. Far side, Brogan fighting towards the end zone. He will be short by just a yard. Second down and goal from the 1. And what do we see from the Mount Vernon offense on this play? They've worked their way 79 yards down to the 1. Second down and goal. And it looks like they're setting up for something similar to a tush push. Under center is quarterback Mason Meyer. Less than 10 on the play clock to the 8-minute 30-second mark. It's a handoff to Brogan, and Brogan does not find the end zone. He stood up at about the half-yard line, so we're picking up inches at a time now for Mount Vernon. 42-14. One more score, a touchdown that is, will give the Marauders a 35-point lead, which means the remainder 8 minutes, or around 8 minutes, will be running clock.
Brogan a little slow to get up after that play. Can't blame him. Had defensive end Christian Hurst as well as nose guard Jay Crawford on the tackle there.
Meyer under center. Hands off again to Brogan, and Brogan punches it in for a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Your score now 48-14. The Marauders have come out and shut down their opponent in Delta tonight. It's a 34-point lead. On to kick is Vernon to make it 49-14. Vernon set up for the PAT. Wobbly snap. It's low, but Vernon remains perfect on the night. 7 for 7 on PATs. And on the year, that makes him 11 for 11. 4 touchdowns for Mount Vernon before tonight, total on the season. They've got 7 tonight. 5 involve the quarterback, Mason Meyer, and that 1-yard rush from running back Jaliba Brogan makes this a running clock for the remainder 7 minutes and 53 seconds of the evening. 49-14 the score. And Vernon will kick it away for Mount Vernon.
Colin, I don't believe the Eagles were quite ready for this Mount Vernon offense. Being held to 8 points against New Palestine last week. I know New Palestine is great, but still, I think the Eagles underestimated Mason Meyer and this offense.
Here's the kick from Vernon. And it is a high and long boot into the end zone, touchback, and Delta will have 80 yards to go as the clock continues to run for the remainder of the night. 7 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in regulation. And I think Mount Vernon is going to check their first win of the season. And like I said in pregame, I don't think the record for Mount Vernon really shows the talent of this team. 4 ranked opponents to start their season: Noblesville from 6A, Franklin from 5A, Greenfield Central from 4A, and New Pal, who is a powerhouse down in the East Indy area to start the year. And then you come in against Delta. This team can play, and the record doesn't show it. They're led by a sophomore. His name is Mason Meyer. Under center is Bronson Edwards for Delta. Edwards will hand the ball off. A good rush is Thomas. Thomas brought down on the midfield side of the 30. 12-yard pickup. First down and 10 Delta. 49-14 is your score. Mount Vernon with a commanding lead. Edwards will break the huddle and head back to the line of scrimmage again in just 6 minutes and 42 seconds left in regulation. Gun set now for Edwards. 2 receivers to his left. Edwards, another handoff to Thomas. Thomas still on his feet. Takes it out to the 38-yard line. Solid pickup of 6 on the play. Second down and 4.
I have to expect Thomas to get the ball here in this fourth quarter. I don't believe offensive coordinator Shane Conley is going to put Bronson Edwards in harm's way, as well as Nolan Carpenter not wanting any injuries late in this game.
Bronson Edwards moves back to under center. 1 receiver each side. Thomas in the backfield. It's a handoff to Chase Ritchie coming around the end. Ritchie has running room, and Ritchie is chopped down at the knees hard by the defender. That was number 22, Connor Woollever, coming out of the secondary to make the stop.
Yeah, Colin, that hurt my knees to watch. I don't understand how these guys do it.
That's an old school tackle, going down to the knees and just putting your shoulder, doing the little up and over tackle. 5:25 left in regulation. First down and 10 from the 45 for Delta. Edwards under center. Brings a man in motion to the near side. It is a handoff to Thomas. Thomas stays on his feet, takes it across midfield, and will truck his way and carry the pile down to the 45. First down for Delta, who's making a late surge in the contest. But I have a feeling it might be just a little too much too late for this Delta team.
Good job there from the right guard and right tackle, Brody Adams and Caden Kingen, to make that C-gap hole even larger than it has been pretty much all game, allowing Thomas to bust to the outside.
4.5 minutes before the final horn. Edwards under center once again. Moves a man in motion. It's another handoff to Thomas, who I think, as you said, is going to get his name called a lot over the next few minutes of play. It's second down and 2 for Delta. They're starting to chug along in the fourth quarter. Like I said, just a hair too little, too late. 49-14 your score. Delta, unfortunately, will lose back-to-back games as the number 11 team in the state for 3A. They lost last week 28-14 to crosstown rival Yorktown. And a heck of a ball game that was. Yorktown, a very solid team as well to watch on the up-and-coming in the 3A polls. Under center again is Edwards. Back to pass. Rolls out to the near side. He's going to scramble off one down the near side, looking for Ritchie, and it is incomplete with 3.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Great job there from Chase Ritchie to beat the safety Nate Hauser in coverage there. Good throw from Bronson Edwards, just Chase Ritchie unable to haul it in there. I do like the play call late in the game, give Bronson Edwards the chance to throw it here.
3 minutes to go in the fourth. 49-14 is the lead for Mount Vernon over number 11 Delta. Edwards stays under center. 2 receivers each end. Handoff again to Thomas. It's for plenty good and a first down. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth.
26 Thomas, the ball carrier.
First down and 10 now from the 32. 2:35 left in the fourth. I will say, though, it's a good thing to see a Delta offense who, for the most part, has struggled tonight other than their 2 scoring drives, come out with a good bit of energy in the fourth and their heads held high. think it's about the best you can ask for in this situation.
Colin, absolutely, definitely a tough situation here, but they seem to be making the best of it.
Edwards keeps the ball for himself on 1st and 10. Will pick up the first down and walk out of bounds at the 20. A 12-yard pickup. It's 1st down and 10, and we are down below the 2-minute mark in the fourth quarter. You never like to see the hometown team lose on homecoming night. But unfortunately, this year it is not going to go in Delta's favor. Mount Vernon will pick up their first win of the year and move up to 1-4. Delta will fall to 3-2 with back-to-back losses. They'll fall to 1-2 in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. So here comes a run around the end for Cameron Wilson. Still on his feet, cuts back to the far side, and Wilson dropped at the 16. So Delta will fall to 1-2 in the Hoosier Heritage. Mount Vernon will improve to 1-2 and pick up their first win of the year. Down to the 1-minute mark. 2nd down and 6 for Delta. Just a couple more plays before this game is all said and done here from Muncie, Indiana. And a heck of a ball game it was, specifically for a Mount Vernon quarterback that goes by the name of Mason Meyer. Under center is Edwards. 2nd and 6. Handoff to Thomas. Thomas running for the end zone, looking for the near pylon, but shoved out of bounds at the 2. Delta might be able to get one more score on the board before time is expired. 25 seconds left in this ball game.
If you're Evan Thomas, you're definitely looking to get in the end zone here. This might be one of your few times to touch that blue turf. We'll see what they can do here.
Thomas will get his name called again, and he will drag his defenders to the end zone. 49-20. A heck of a pickup in the fourth quarter. And after that score, it'll do it. The officials will rule the game over, and we will finish with a final score of 49-20. Mount Vernon dominates number 11 Delta for their first win of the season. We'll take a 2.5-minute break and be back to finish things up with some post-game recap in just a couple of moments. You are listening to IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Why haven't you fixed the AC?
Don't sweat the heat any longer. Let Peterman handle it.
They can fix it.
Looks like you could use a new heating and cooling system.
Yes. We're miserable.
Well, right now, when you install a qualifying heating and cooling system with us, you get the AC for free.
And we'll install next day.
We need to tell everyone.
Just visit PetermanHVAC.com.
The Mower Shop in Fishers is the one-stop shop for all of your lawn maintenance needs. We have a huge selection of Honda and Toro lawnmowers in stock and even more to choose from online. Plus, we carry parts and accessories with super fast shipping. Just need maintenance or repairs? We offer that too. And we'll even deliver. The Mower Shop, family owned for more than 20 years. Visit our showroom just west of State Road 37 in Fishers or shop online at themowershop.com.
Hi, I'm Jason Warner.
And I'm Christy Calderon.
At Warner Financial, our vision is to redefine what it means to partner with a financial institution.
We bring together expertise and dedication with a relentless focus on your financial success.
Our drive is to create a strategy that aligns your unique goals by crafting tailored financial solutions to guide you through life's milestones.
Together, we'll navigate the complexities and turn financial challenges into opportunities.
Reach out today for a no-cost consultation and experience the difference of partnering with Warner Financial.
Every day is a great day to buy a vehicle at Greg Hubler Ford.
Because every vehicle comes with our Greg Hubler promise. On top of scheduled maintenance with your vehicle, you'll also enjoy complimentary roadside assistance, service pickup, and drop-off. And a free car wash and quick wash every time you service at Greg Hubler Ford.
We're always finding new ways to put our guests first.
Mosey on into Muncie.
Greg Hubler Ford, promise kept.
A lopsided score coming from Delta High School on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. 49-20 is your final score. The Mount Vernon Marauders pick up their first win of the year over the number 11 team in 3A, the Delta Eagles, who lose back-to-back weeks. Colin Eccles, Joey Paternostro in the booth. Lily Herrera was sideline. Michael did a great job running the camera for us this evening, as he always does. Joey, not, I think, at all what we were expecting in terms of performance from Mount Vernon, and specifically from a young man in the backfield, a quarterback that wears the number 5 and goes by the name of Mason Meyer. Of the 7 touchdowns Mount Vernon scored tonight, he was involved in 5. He did have a 78-yard passing touchdown, one play into the second half to DJ Johnson. But then the other 4 touchdowns come with his feet. An 8-yard rush, an 18-yard rush in the first half, and then a 64-yard rush and an 11-yard rush in the second half. What a day from the sophomore quarterback.
Colin, he definitely had me fooled. Watching him pregame warm up, he just didn't look like he had it today. He was overthrowing his receivers. He wasn't crisp on his handoffs. But once the game started, he just kind of put all of that behind him. Really said, "Screw it, we ball," and just put the team on his back, and led the Marauders to their first win of the season. Impressive, very impressive performance from Mason Meyer. I expect it to continue, really taking it to the Eagles here on homecoming night, taking on the Pendleton Heights next week. Going to be a great matchup there.
Between the Marauders and the Arabians, and I want to go back and correct myself real quick. Mason Meyer was involved in 6 of the 7 touchdowns tonight. He also had a 60-yard pass in the first half to Jaliba Brogan as well. Talk about a night for a sophomore who earned the starting job for the first time this year. I think Coach Leidy said it best at halftime. For a kid that is just a few weeks into his starting role as a quarterback, he has done a phenomenal job adjusting and making plays down the stretch. A quick look at the schedules for these two teams upcoming next week. Delta will travel to Newcastle. That game kicking off at 7:30. And next week for the Marauders, like you said, they will travel to Pendleton Heights to take on the Arabians. That game also at 7:30. Delta loses back-to-back weeks and will fall to 3-2 on the year, 1-2 in the Hoosier Heritage. And Mount Vernon will pick up their first win of the year, move to 1-4, and improve to 1-2 in the Hoosier Heritage. Big moves being made tonight by the Mount Vernon Marauders as they win with a final score of 49-20. Once again, tonight's game was built by Universal Roofing. You can call Universal at 317-257-0779 or visit universalrfg.com. Tonight's game was also driven by Greg Hubler Ford and Hyundai. Experience the Greg Hubler promise at greghublerauto.com. Tonight's game also brought to you by the Mower Shop in Fishers. Mowers, snow throwers, parts, and more at the Mower Shop. Peterman Heating and Cooling. Call Peterman for same-day plumbing service, 317-608-1883. And Werner Financial. You can schedule your free consultation online at wernerfinancial.com. Last but not least, of course, JC Golf Carts. Small town hospitality meets quality customer service. Visit Johnson County Golf Carts in downtown Franklin or at jcgolfcarts.com. What a night for football on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. I'll sign things off for the whole crew. My name is Colin Eccles, joined by Joey Paternostro in the booth, Lily Herrera on sideline, and Michael running the camera for us as he always